Welcome back to Cellar Field. We are about 15 minutes away from the start of Game 2 between Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan. The Falcons won the first game against the Eagles 11-4 in a continuation of the game that was started on Friday before the rain came and it had to be postponed. But we are nearly ready to get set to go for Game 2, in which the Falcons, with a win, would take the series against Eastern Michigan and win their first MAC series in their past 4 attempts. They have lost their 3 straight MAC series in a row, looking to change that here today. Tyler Cavitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Chaz, it was an exciting last game between Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan, really defined by that 6th inning, which the Falcons scored 4 runs, all with 2 outs.
Yeah, it was a really big rally there by the Falcons. It felt like they had control of this game from the very beginning. You could tell that the Falcons they had a little bit more edge, and they were managing to knock off the pitchers more for Eastern Michigan. Eastern really couldn't find their footing until the very end of the game with Slaby, who was a very good pitcher for them, but too little too late as Bowling Green just managed to close him out. Cade Arn, you really only had 2 arms in that game. Owen Poole and Cade Arn did a great job of closing things out. So great consistency by Bowling Green in that game. And overall, now you're 2 games ahead of Eastern Michigan in the standings. One more win would set you very much far apart.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, only the 3 arms total used across the 2 days in the game for Bowling Green. Jacob Turner goes 3, Owen Poole goes 4, Cade Arn in the final 2 innings. Eastern Michigan used 7. Drew Beckner gave you 3 innings in his start before the rain. Colin Milligan only went 1/3 of an inning. Dom Anderson went 2 1/3. Drew Norris did not record an out. Ethan LaPointe went 2/3 of an inning. Nico Cruiser went 2/3 of an inning. And Henry Slaby went an inning. So 7 pitchers used by Eastern Michigan in the first game. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get a long outing from their starter, who, little preview, is slated to be Fisher Hendershot. We'll get to those starters in the lineups for both teams in a second. But if Hendershot can't get you a long outing for Eastern Michigan, you might be in trouble when you go to the bullpen.
And, I mean, let's go into that a little bit more. I was doing the math. There's 19 pitchers on the roster for Eastern Michigan, and you look at a couple of these names. They went through 7 already in this game. They're already down to 8 through, so they have 11 pitchers left.
Yeah, it's not a position you want to be in.
With 2 games, essentially. So you've got to hope that you can get some distance out of some of your guys here, because if you can't, and you've got to consistently switch.
Well, and then you look at it even more. If you want to look in terms of ERA, Dom Anderson's your leader, you pitched him. Drew Beckner's second, you pitched him. Drew Norris is 4th, you pitched him. Mulligan's 6th, you pitched him. And then you're pitching Hendershot, who's 8th. So you've used, 4 of your top 6 leaders in earned run average you used in that first game and lost by 7.
Yeah.
That is a very tough position to be in if you are Eastern Michigan. But both these teams, Chaz, going with pretty much unchanged batting orders. For Eastern Michigan, it's Gianno Zaccaro leading it off. Logan Hugo bats second. Zaccaro, by the way, in left field. Hugo in right. Harrison Travis bats third behind the plate. Devin Zyrus bats cleanup over at first. Ty Stecco batting 5th at third. Brendan Kleiman is the designated hitter. He bats 6th. Batting 7th is Connor Walsh, the second baseman. 8th is John Hale, the center fielder. And Cooper Vance rounds things out, batting 9th over at short. Starting pitcher once again is Fisher Hendershot. For Bowling Green, Gunnar Antillion at short will lead things off. Garrett Wright still in the 2-hole behind the plate. Gamagadon batting 3rd at first. TJ Tackett's batting cleanup in center field. Zach Corky bats 5th and right. Caden Parker bats 6th, the designated hitter. Braden Curlis bats 7th at second. Carter Motice bats 8th and left. And Alex Laird bats 9th at third. Carson Silva gets the start for the Falcons. And Silva has really taken control of that Saturday starter spot for Bowling Green over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, Carson Sova is another freshman on this freshman-loaded team that is just thriving at the right time. And the lineup, it's exactly like what you'd expect it to be after what we saw in the first game. No real big changes there. You mentioned Carson Sova. He's just youth. You look, Carson Sova, freshman. Alex Laird, freshman. Carter Motice, freshman. Braden Curlis, freshman. And then you go to sophomores. Garrett Wright, TJ Tackett's both sophomores. This is a young roster.
It really is, and they've been, kind of forced in that position a little bit by injury, by some guys like DJ Newman and Sam Seidel, but it definitely is a young roster. You look at those bottom three in the order, that freshman trio, that really defines it there, that you are being forced to put in those three freshmen there. But it's been a lineup that has produced.
Oh, yeah.
These guys have been kind of thrown into the spotlight, but they have done a good job at weathering the storm. I like to look at Alex Laird, for example. Laird is a guy that started off the year basically as slow as he could have. Not a ton of playing time. The playing time he got didn't really earn it after that. It was not until the Sam Seidel injury that he got back into the lineup because there was an opening at third because he had to move Curlis from third to second. And Alex Laird now batting .288 on the year. He's kind of stabilized and taken control of that 9-hole spot. So these players doing just enough right now to sustain the offense for Bowling Green.
And that's what you need. Bowling Green, we know how talented they are. You look through their roster, you can say, oh, you've got first-team All-MAC vote here, second-team All-MAC vote here, maybe even a MAC Player of the Year on that roster. But they need to consistently win. They need to be able to take away wins. And to do that, you have to have a guy like Alex Laird stabilize and not be a certified strikeout every time he goes up. And you're not having that. Gavin Gannon has been very solid, had a little bit of a tough outing today in that first game.
Yeah.
But besides that, he's been a very solid batter. They're moving things around. Things are stabilizing. We see Cooper McKenzie back into the lineup. He's a big batter for Bowling Green, so a lot of big changes here, but I don't see any of them as negative.
No national anthem today for the second game, so we have some time to preview the starting pitcher battle. Let's start first for Eastern Michigan with Fisher Hendershot. Hendershot is 1-0 on the year. He has an .847 earned run average. He's yet another freshman pitcher for Eastern Michigan. He has made 12 appearances this season, 2 of them starts. So he's not a guy that has started a ton of games, does not have a ton of experience doing so. He's from Flushing, Michigan, and went to Flint Powers High School. He does have some championship experience at high school. They won the Saginaw Valley Conference and the D2 state championship. He pitched a 5-inning shutout in the state championship, but it has not been the easiest of transitions for him with a higher ERA this year. Just 17 innings pitched on the season, 11 walks to 17 strikeouts. Opponents hit .333 against him, 4 wild pitches, and 7 hit-by pitches in addition for Hendershot.
And it's really interesting because we do have 2 freshmen squaring off on the mound.
Yeah.
And you look at Hendershot, he has not been bad by any stretch of the imagination as a freshman pitcher that you bring in first collegiate experience. But then you got Carson Sova, who is just, he overshadows it a little bit because of how poised he is on the mound. He's also a freshman, but he's got a .506 ERA, 3.1 in decisions, and in 12 appearances and 7 starts, he's pitched 32 total innings, given up 35 hits, only for 23 runs, 18 of those earned, 18 walks to 24 strikeouts, and a .263 batting average. This is a guy that can just maintain. You don't need crazy play out of him. He can just battle with a batter and win. And that's something that I think he has over Hendershot, and it'll be interesting to see because Bowling Green's batting is definitely their strong suit. Their pitching is good, but their batting is very much so up there as top of the MAC. Eastern Michigan a little bit lower, so it'll be interesting to see who goes up against who.
Definitely will be. And what you said with Carson Sova is absolutely correct. A guy that started in the midweek games, starting. That's where he got his beginnings for Bowling Green this season. Was rocky to start the year, especially the Purdue-Fort Wayne game. The first game got absolutely rocked in that one, but has really settled down and turned into one of the best pitchers for Bowling Green this year. And with the progression of him has come the swing and miss stuff. 24 strikeouts now in the season. The 18 walks a little inflated from early in the year. Just the 263 opponent batting average as a starter is great for him. 3-1 on the year. This will be his 13th appearance and 8th start of the season. 5.06 ERA, as you mentioned. So it should be an interesting starting pitching duel. So we'll take a break here for a couple minutes. When we come back, we'll have first pitch between Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan right here in Game 2 at Stellar Field. You're listening to BGSU Baseball on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Falcon Baseball stays in South Bend to battle Notre Dame on Saturday, May 10th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 1:45 for pregame and 2 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Back here at Stellar Field, Falcons have taken the field. And once again, Carson Silva is on the bump for Bowling Green. Defensive positioning for the Falcons. It's Gavagadon over at first, Braden Curlis at second, Gunnar Antillian at short, Alex Laird on third. Outfield left to right, Carter Motice, TJ Tackett, and Zach Horkey.
And this is an offensive unit or a defensive unit, that only gave up 4 to Eastern Michigan. They absolutely dismantled the Eagles. Didn't really give up much. Not the best day out of Gunnar Antillian, who had 2 errors, but besides that, very
at least in the field
unit.
For Antillian.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Leading things off for Eastern Michigan will be Gianno Zaccaro. For the second game in a row, Zaccaro, open left-handed stance. First pitch from Carson Silva, in there for a strike. First pitch at 2:59 p.m. Weather's warmed up just a bit here in Bowling Green, 56 degrees. Still cloudy as this one is lined into the outfield. It'll be a leadoff single into left field for Gianno Zaccaro to get things underway for Eastern Michigan. Good start for the Eagles. As I was saying, 56 degrees. Wind has died down a little bit, just 13 miles per hour, mainly blowing in. Does feel like 45 degrees outside. We'll get up to close to 60 by the time the game's done. Brings up Logan Hugo. Hugo went 0 for 4 in the first game with a walk. Did come around to score once. First pitch to Hugo. Grounds this over left side. Gets past a sliding Antillian. Trying to backhand it on the slide. And it'll be first and second. Hugo on first. Zaccaro on second to begin things in the first inning for Eastern Michigan.
And another tough play there by Gunnar Antillian, unable to get a hand on it. And yet again, just struggling out there in the field.
Definitely not the cleanest pair of games so far for Gunnar Antillian. That'll be a single for Logan Hugo. And it'll bring up Harrison Travis. First pitch to Travis. Misses for a ball down low with the off-speed. Travis did not record a hit in the first game. 0 for 5 with a strikeout at the plate. Silva, look back. Now the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike with the breaking ball. Count goes even. Delivers with his next pitch. Runs inside and hits Travis. So Carson Silva has loaded the bases with nobody out in the top of the first. About as good of a start for Eastern Michigan as they could draw it up.
I mean, you've got everything in front of you, and with how slow the offense was in the past game, this is a great sign for EMU. Waking up the bats a little bit, getting back-to-back hits, and then forcing a hit-by-pitch on Carson Silva.
Brings up Devin Zyrus. First pitch to Zyrus, a swing and a miss. Actually, a foul tip into the back of Garrett Wright's glove. Zyrus in the first game went 1 for 4 at the plate. 2 runs batted in, did walk and strike out once. The pitch is grounded to left side of the infield. Diving stop by Alex Laird. Goes to second for the out. A great play by Laird. Most certainly saved a run on that diving stop, but 1 run does come in to score. Zaccaro scores from third. Advancing to third is Logan Hugo, and it was Travis out at second on the fielder's choice.
The third baseman, Ty Stecco.
So 1 out in the inning now. With runners on the corners. And Eastern Michigan leading 1-0. First pitch to Ty Stecco. Misses outside with the off-speed for a ball.
You're right, Tyler. That off-speed curved into the right side, lifted up last second as we get a pickoff attempt.
Very close pickoff attempt. Diving back safely is Zyrus. Silva made it worth watching for. Stecco 0 for 4 in the first game with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Silva's pitch to him. Misses for a ball with the breaking ball. 2-0 count to Stecco. Stecco on the season. A .303 batter. 5 doubles, 8 homers, 21 runs batted in for Ty Stecco. The 2-0 pitch, fastball, catches the outside corner. Nice job by Garrett Wright behind the plate, framing it. Count moves to 2-1. Silva's next pitch, lined out left field. Settling under it is Motice, running in, makes the catch. The throw home going to be cut off by Laird. And scoring from third is Logan Hugo. There's 2 outs in the inning, but give the RBI to Stecco. And Eastern Michigan leads 2-0.
Big opening inning now for Eastern Michigan. They're just able to get the base paths moving, get some contact on Silva, and rattle him early.
Designated hitter, Brendan Kleiman.
Brings out Brendan Kleiman. BGSU baseball alumni honored in between these 2 games. Out on the field. Always great to see the alumni show up and be honored here at Stellar Field. Derek Vandermeer in attendance for it, the BGSU Vice President for Athletic Strategy and Director of Athletics. Fastball thrown in for a strike by Silva. It's 1-1 count on Kleiman. As well, count goes to 1-2.
And this would be huge for the Falcons to get this final out, limit the damage to 2. Runner still remains on first. Like to leave him on if you're a Falcon fan.
Silva just a strike away from getting out of the first inning. He comes set, delivers to the plate. Fastball outside corner, got Kleiman looking. But Eastern Michigan strikes for 2 runs in the first after loading the bases with nobody out. Bowling Green coming to bat, down by 2 for the first time today when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Baseball finishes off a 3-game series against Toledo on Sunday, May 4th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network, Tyler Kavlitz, and Caden Knapp on the call starting at 1 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Baseball heads north up the I-75 to take on the Toledo Rockets on Tuesday, May 13th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil will guide listeners through the action starting at 2:45 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at Stellar Field, Eastern Michigan strikes for 2 runs in the top of the first. They get a 2-0 lead. Bowling Green bats coming up to the plate for the first time today. Reminder of the batting order for Bowling Green. Gunnar Antillian leads it off. Garrett Wright bats second. Gavigan on third. TJ Tackett's in the cleanup spot, batting fourth. Zach Corky fifth. Kana Parker bats sixth. Batting seventh is Braden Curlis. Eighth, Carter Motice. And Alex Laird rounds things out, batting ninth. Defensive positioning for Eastern Michigan. It is Fisher Hendershot on the mound. Travis behind the plate. Cyrus at first. Walsh at second. Vance at short. Stecco at third. Outfield left to right. Zaccaro, Hale, and Hugo. Hendershot comes set, delivers. First pitch, a ball to Gunnar Antillian.
Antillian walked 3 times against EMU just a moment ago.
Big swing and miss by Antillian as high as they come in the Mid-American Conference right now, batting over 600 over the past week plus. 1 for 2 in the last game, like you mentioned, 4 walks, drove in 2 runs, scored 3 times, struck out just once. Lines this one up the middle, another hit for Gunnar Antillian. Leads things off with a single for Bowling Green and stays red hot at the plate.
Antillian got his eye on that one and did not let it go and just lined that ball.
I had a chance to talk to him for a round and third long-form social media piece this week, and I asked him, kind of like what changed with him, because he's a guy that transferred here, did not start the hottest on the season, and has gotten red hot as of late, and he went nothing really. He's just stayed consistent in his approaches, and the success has come. It just took a little bit for it to come, but now that it's fully here, he's been one of the most important people in the Bowling Green lineup. And there we go. Garrett Wright hit by a pitch. He now breaks his own single-season program record, 22 hit-by pitches this season for Garrett Wright. He extends his career total to 43, which is also a program record for BGSU.
And just all smiles in the press box, all smiles out in the stands. It's kind of a ridiculous record to have, but very impressive by him.
22 hit-by pitches in a season and 43 hit-by pitches in a career.
A 2-year career at that as well.
Absolutely incredible by Garrett Wright. Brings up Gav Ganon. Ganon first pitch off speed. In there for a strike. Looked like it fooled Ganon just a bit at the plate. Bowling Green wearing the white pants with the brown tops today, as this one runs inside, almost hits Ganon. Count 1-1 on him. Eastern Michigan going with the white pants, the tall green socks, the green tops, and the green hats. Bowling Green with white caps today. Ganon looks at another off-speed, catch the inside corner. Thought about going, held back. It's in there for a strike. Counts 1-2 on the Bowling Green 3-hole hitter. TJ Tackett's awaits on deck for the Falcons. Hendershot comes set. His 1-2 delivery outside corner just missed off the plate. Justin Besch has gone behind the plate for today's game. Robert Lothian is over at first, and Kevin Condor, who was behind the plate for the first game, is over at third. Count goes even to 2-2. Hendershot's pitch Fouled off to the right side by Gannon.
And Gavin Gannon taking a healthy swing on that ball, just battling, trying to stay in it. And yet again, we're seeing the pitcher for Eastern Michigan being tested. They're not getting easy batters here. Bowling Green, a very seasoned team above home plate.
The next pitch by Hendershot misses down low at the fastball. Count goes full to Gavin Gannon, 3-2. Hendershot comes set. No outs. Runners on first and second. His full count pitch lined into right field by Gavin Gannon.
And
they're going to hold.
Like that,
they're going to hold Gunnar Ancelia in that third. So it's going to be bases loaded for Bowling Green with nobody out in the first inning. Both of these teams have loaded the bases with nobody out in the first. Eastern Michigan scored 2 runs. We'll see what Bowling Green's able to do in this situation.
And just like that, bases loaded. Bowling Green just getting good contact on that ball. Gavin Gannon just sizing it up, getting a good hit, going over the head. Garrett Wright was a little hesitant to go. The second he saw the ball go over the head, he went. And now TJ Tackett's to play hero.
First pitch to Tackett, chops it over right side, just foul. Very close over there at first. Zyrus fielding it, just foul. Garrett Wright was hesitant because that liner by Gavin Gannon was hit basically right at Zyrus, just a foot or two above his head. He made an attempt at it, couldn't come down with it. 0-1 count on TJ Tackett's. Hendershot's next pitch. Up high for a ball, count goes even. The 1-1 pitch by Hendershot. Fouled off at the plate by TJ Tackett's. Count goes to 1-2. Zach Horkey awaits on deck.
One-two count.
Fisher Hendershot's pitch inside almost hit TJ Tackett's. The count goes even once again to 2-2. Tackett's in the first game went 0 for 3, 2 walks, a strikeout, drove in 2 runs.
Do you think Garrett Wright teaches a class on how to get hit by pitches?
He should, as this one runs inside and hits TJ Tackett's.
Oh, I'm so excited that I called that.
And that's going to drive in a run for Bowling Green. As Gunnar Antillion scores, Garrett Wright goes to third, Gavin Gannon to second, and TJ Tackett's with the free 90-feet pass.
And it is becoming jam time here for Eastern Michigan. And Tyler, you know what that means. It's bullpen time as well for the Eagles.
7 pitchers used in the first game, and Eastern Michigan already has an arm up before an out is recorded in the first inning.
No way. Guess who it is, Tyler? It's somebody we've already seen today.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Who is it, Chaz?
It's Henry Slaby, the freshman right-handed pitcher that closed out the game in just about an hour ago now. He looked pretty solid, but didn't have the opportunity to pitch anywhere. Wow, I'm blind. Oh, I'm so upset. I was so close. It's Michael Pfeiffer. It wasn't Slaby.
I was going to say, I wouldn't imagine they would put Slaby back in the game.
I mean, if you look at their, I'm going to blame the uniforms. They're a really sharp numbering. It's a sharp numbering.
So Michael Pfeiffer up in the bullpen. Bases still loaded for Bowling Green. Nobody out.
I don't know. Looks like a 4 to me.
You can keep believing that one. Zach Horkey up to the plate. First pitch to Horkey, down and outside for a ball. Might need my glasses, Chaz.
I think you can keep them. I'll be okay. I know a 4 when I see it.
This one misses outside as well. A 2-0 count to begin Zach Horkey.
Still no outs.
Bases still loaded for Bowling Green as well. Tackett's on first, Gannon on second, Garrett Wright on third. The 2-0 pitch to Horkey. Misses off the outside corner. 3-0 the count. Hendershot going to look to avoid walking and a run here after hitting Tackett's, which allowed a run to score. His pitch right down Broadway for a strike. Location has been an issue for nearly every Eastern Michigan pitcher in this series. This one misses up and in and goes to the backstop, so automatically Garrett Wright's going to score. Gannon races down to third where he'll stop, but it's a walk that draws in another Bowling Green run. Game's tied up at 2 apiece, bases still loaded, and still nobody out in the bottom of the first.
And that brings up Caden Parker for the Falcons. A familiar face, but it's been a while since we've seen him, Tyler.
He's been kind of in and out of the lineup as of late. Did not appear in the first game. Swinging, grounds it up the middle. Hendershot almost falls off the mound going to get it. Fielded by the shortstop Vance. Flips to Walsh at second for one. The relay to Zyrus, not in time. So they get the runner at second. Gavin Gannon scores from third. Bowling Green leads 3-2. And advancing to third is TJ Tackett's. Safe at first is Caden Parker. Zach Horkey, I should say, is the only runner out on the play. He's out at second on the fielder's choice.
So that brings up Braden Curlis.
First pitch to Curlis, misses for a ball. We've hit the Three Stooges in the batting order for Bowling Green. Curley up to bat, and Braden Curlis.
Curlis had a walk and 2 singles.
Hendershot's pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1. Gunnar Antonian led the inning off with a walk. Garrett Wright was hit by a pitch. Then Gavin Gannon hit a single. Antonian a single as well, not a walk. And then Tackett was hit by a pitch, which drove in a run. As this one goes to the backstop, another run going to score for Bowling Green. TJ Tackett scores from third. And Caden Parker goes from first to second. So Bowling Green up 4-2 now. Each of the first 4 batters that came to the plate for Bowling Green have come across the score in the bottom of the first.
And still only 1 out. Falcons have scored 4 runs and still have 2 more outs to work with. Runner on second in scoring position. That's Parker.
First pitch, or the next pitch to Curlis, I should say. This is down and outside for a ball. 3-1 count on Curlis. It's down and outside, so a walk to Braden Curlis loads the bases up, or does not load them up once again, my apologies, first and second. But regardless, that's going to be a pitching change. So 7 pitchers, first game, and we are wondering how long of an outing Fisher Hendershot could give the Eagles if he could give them some padding for the bullpen. The answer is not much. He gets just 1 out before the Eagles go to the bullpen. New pitcher on the pitch for Eastern Michigan. When we come back, Bowling Green leading the Eagles 4-2 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconmedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
disaster outing for Fisher Hendershot to begin things for Eastern Michigan. He gives up 2 singles, hits 2 batters, and walks another. Bowling Green scores 4 runs off of him in the bottom of the first, and he still has 2 runners on base that he is responsible for. He exits the game after a 1-out start for the Eagles. The new pitcher on for Eastern Michigan is Michael Pfeiffer, the junior right-hander from Brownsboro, Alabama. Went to Huntsville High School. He joined Eastern Michigan this season after transferring in from Northwest Shoals Community College. This season, Pfeiffer is 1-1. This will be his 9th appearance and his 7th out of the bullpen. 13-17 earned run average. Another guy that struggles with control. 15 walks and 16 strikeouts in 13 2/3 innings pitched. So more than a walk an inning this season for Michael Pfeiffer. He begins his day by facing Carter Motice. First pitch to Motice, misses for a ball. Bowling Green, if Motice can get on, will have batted through the order in the first inning. This misses inside to Motice. He backs away and looks at ball 2, 2-0.
Well, Tyler, that is partially true. Even if Motice gets out, they still will have batted through.
Unless he were to hit into a double play. That's the only way the inning would end. Fastball misses down and outside. 3-0 to start Carter Motice.
Makes you wonder, Tyler, what goes on with the pitching staff at Eastern Michigan sometimes?
Fastball in there for a strike. Pfeiffer's not been the best with control. 5 multi-walk outings this season. Walked 2 in his last appearance on the 17th against Albany. 3-1 pitch is check swing and dribbled up to the left side of the infield. Fielded by the shortstop Vance. Throws across the diamond and just beats out Motice. What a play by Vance. Head coach Kyle Halleck for Bowling Green can argue about that one.
It was a bang play there, Tyler. It was, a hair distance.
About as close as they come. Halleck still. Now Halleck's going to have a conversation with first base umpire Robert Lothian to get an explanation on this.
It looks like the right foot of Motice may have gotten to the bag.
Motice was staying on the bag, but they do call him out, so he'll head back to the dugout. 2 outs in the inning now. Bowling Green, though, with 2 runners in scoring position for Alex Laird. Caden Parker stands on third, 90 feet away from home. Braden Curlis, 180 feet away on second. Alex Laird went 1 for 3 in the first game. Walked twice, struck out twice, scored once. Looks at a first pitch strike. Bowling Green is officially batted through the order here in the first inning. They've put up 4 runs and lead 4-2. Another strike in there against Laird. Count 0-2 on Alex Laird with 2 outs and runners on second and third in the first inning. Parker dancing on third, trying to get the attention. This one chopped up to the right side of the infield, fielded by the second baseman Walsh. Flips it over to Zyrus to end the first, but not before Bowling Green scores 4 in the first frame. They lead 4-2 as we head to the top of the second, right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Leskid, BGSU radio faculty advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our two stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. I Ziggy.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
To the top of the second we go. Due up for Eastern Michigan will be 7, 8, 9 in the order. Connor Walsh, John Hale, and Cooper Vance. Eastern Michigan scored 2 in the top of the first, before Bowling Green responded with 4 runs in the bottom half of the inning. Carson Silva still out there on the mound for Bowling Green. We'll see how long of an outing he's able to have for head coach Kyle Halleck and the Falcons. Gave up those 2 early runs off of 2 singles by Zaccaro and Hugo, both of them coming around to score, before starting to settle in just a little bit. Ended the inning with a strikeout looking of Brendan Kleiman.
Leading off for Eastern Michigan is going to be Walsh. And Walsh, earlier today, had a interesting outing. He was walked, he had a double, and then struck out, and then was in the on-deck circle when Kleiman struck out for the final out of the game.
Puts a bunt down here. It's going to be fielded by Silva coming off the mound. The thrower to first in time. Beautifully played by Carson Silva to get the first out of the inning on the bunt attempt by Connor Walsh. That'll bring up John Hale, the center fielder. Hale is someone that we only saw in one at-bat, one plate appearance. In the first game, he walked. Hale is a junior outfielder from Ashland City, Tennessee. He's a transfer from Montlaw State Community College. Played 2 seasons at Montlaw State. Batting .283 this year. 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 24 runs batted in. And he's down on strikes looking. Only took Carson Silva a few pitches to get through John Hale, his second strikeout of the game, both of them looking for Silva.
And now that brings up Vance, the 9-hole hitter in this lineup. And Vance, a .319 batting average, 36 games played, 36 starts.
Tries to put down a bunt here, but fouls it to the back.
And Silva now starting to click a little bit more. Bowling Green having a long first inning.
Kind of what we saw from Owen Poole. Poole got off to a little bit of a rocky start, then settled in. This one lined out to left field. That'll settle in front of Mo Tice for a 2-out single to keep the inning alive for Eastern Michigan. We'll send things back to the top of the order with Gianno Zaccaro.
Zaccaro was the lead-off hitter in both games today. He had a home run in game 1.
First pitch to Zaccaro is in there for a strike on the off-speed by Silva. Silva's not afraid to throw that breaking ball to begin at-bats. Mixes things up quite often to begin at-bats. Silva's pitch, swing and a miss at the plate by Zaccaro. He's down in the count 0-2. Back-to-back 0-2 counts for Carson Silva. Looking to end the inning and get the bats back up to the plate for Bowling Green. The 0-2 pitch from Carson Silva, runner off, foul down the right field line. Grounder past Gannon, just a few feet foul.
That one a close one. Dribbling on the right side.
Count still 0-2 on Zaccaro. Silva comes set. Runner not going this time. His pitch misses outside. Count goes to 1-2. Vance on the season, 4 stolen bases on 5 attempts. He stole 13 bags on 16 attempts last season. For his career, 20 stolen bases at Eastern Michigan on 24 attempts. An efficient base runner for the Eagles.
The payoff by Sova.
Misses to the outside corner just a bit with that breaking ball. Sova was hopping off the mound towards the Bowling Green dugout. Thought he had strike 3. He'll have to throw another one in as the count is even at 2-2.
It's almost like the top right corner on the outside strike zone folded itself in on that pitch.
His fastball misses to the outside. It was a nice secondary lead by Cooper Vance. He read it and went off basically instantly. That may be, see how that's rolled, whether it's a stolen base or a wild pitch. Pass ball. It's neither of those. You don't see a pass ball by Garrett Wright very often. This one in the dirt now gets passed right again, picks it up, throws down to third, throw a little off, and now going from third to home is going to be Cooper Vance. And it was ball 4 to Zaccaro, so he also reaches base. What a wild sequence on defense for Bowling Green. So Cooper Vance advanced to second on a rare passed ball by Garrett Wright. Zaccaro walked. Vance advanced to third on a wild pitch and then scored on an error.
Yeah, you're right, Tyler. We don't see pass balls by Garrett Wright very often, and then his throw to Laird was just one that eked a little bit to the right. Laird reached out for it, but it goes off the fingertips of the mitt and dribbles behind him for the score.
Sova starts Hugo out with a 1-1 count. Hugo also singled his first time up. So now a 4-3 game. Bowling Green's lead at just 1. This one in the dirt in the other batter's box and gets past Garrett Wright. So now Zaccaro advances to second on another wild pitch by Carson Silva. That has been one of the biggest weaknesses for Carson Silva this season, has been the wild pitch, which is a category that Bowling Green leads the Mid-American Conference in.
Still nobody warming up in the bullpen for BG. So faith here with Sova to get this last out. 2 strikes will do it.
It's a 2-1 count on Logan Hugo. Silva's next pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike. It was a check swing by Hugo. Didn't fully go around, but it was in the zone regardless. Count now even at 2-2, 2 outs in the inning. Bowling Green leads Eastern Michigan 4-3 here in the top of the second. Runner on second for the Eagles. Silva's 2-2 pitch to Hugo is barely fouled off at the plate.
So now we'll do it again at 2-2.
Eastern Michigan making Carson Silva work early in this outing. Self-inflicted wounds from Silva helping the Eagles out. Here's a check swing by Hugo, and this one goes off the bat. Would have been a ball up and in, so Silva got lucky.
Silva now at 31 pitches through just 2 innings, or 1 2/3.
Not the worst pitch count, but higher than he would like it. Silva's payoff pitch, off speed. This one flown out, left field. Settling under it is Motice. He makes the catch to end the inning. But Eastern Michigan adds another run. They trail Bowling Green by just one, 4-3. Falcons coming to bat in the bottom of the second when we come back on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green coming out the bat for the second time today. They lead Eastern Michigan 4-3. And they'll start off top of the order with Gunnar Antillion after the Falcons batted through the order in the first inning. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network here with you for the second game of the day. And Chaz, Bowling Green looking for the series win over Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, they're just one game away, Tyler. They are on a big losing streak when it comes to series losses. They've lost to, it is Kent State, Western Michigan, and Ball State, and Miami of Ohio as well, all in a row.
No, there's one
Central
win in
in
between.
Central in a row, yeah.
So it's 3 in a row for their last 5. First pitch into Gunnar Antillion, a strike from Michael Pfeiffer. Came into the game for Fisher Hendershot. Have his final line after this at-bat. This one down low for a ball. Count goes to 1-1. Antillion singled his first time up. He's been red hot at the plate over the past week or two. One of the hottest players in the nation. Fouls this one off to the right side. Fouls it off again to the right side. Count 1-2. Gunnar Antillion is the reigning MAC Player of the Week, Brooks Wallace Award Player of the Week, and Dick Hauser Trophy National Player of the Week.
You can read all 3 of those articles on BGFalconMedia.com.
Fouls it off once again, this time down the third baseline. Gunnar Antillion fighting to stay alive at the plate. You can find anything related to BGSU baseball on Falcon Media Sports Network's coverage on that website that Chaz just referenced, BGFalconMedia.com. That is the hub for all of our content. You can also check out BG_FMSN on Twitter X and BG Falcon Media on Facebook and Instagram. 2-2 count now on Gunnar Antillion. Fouls this one off to the right side. Foul ball after foul ball after foul ball for Gunnar Antillion to stay alive at the plate.
Antillion continuing to battle in this at-bat. Just hanging in there, fouling off what he can.
And Pfeiffer misses down and outside. Count goes full.
And what I was going to finally say on top of that, just eyeing down the balls and deciding not to swing.
Full count pitch to Gunnar Antillion. This one grounded to the left side of the infield, and it gets through Stecco. Shades of Buckner over at third base for Stecco. Gets past him under the glove through the legs.
That will be an error.
It will be an error for Gunnar Antillion, so he reaches base safely in his first 2 plate appearances.
The catcher, Garrett Wright.
Brings up Garrett Wright, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. A historic hit by a pitch. Set a new single-season program record and extended his career program record for hit by pitches. 22 this season now He had 43 in his 2-year career at Bowling Green. Has to be the most hit by pitches in the past 2 years by any player in the country, right? I can't imagine there's someone with more.
I mean, it depends on if he didn't lead the country last year.
I don't think he did, but is there anyone that's been hit by more over 2 years?
I think you're pushing it here, Tyler.
Pickoff attempts back safely is Antillion. It's a 1-1 count on Garrett Wright. I mean, it's a genuine question. I don't know if we can find an answer for it, but
Give me a second. I'll do some research.
Antillion with 7 stolen bases on 10 attempts this season as Wright lifts this foul down the first base line. Because if he doesn't lead the nation over the past 2 years, he's definitely in the top 3.
You can't be changing that on me. I'm only looking for this year. I'm sorry. And I'm only looking for the top spot.
What's the 24 leads the nation as this one is drilled out center field, sends Hale back. Hale's going to settle under it and make the catch. And going back to first base is Gunnar Antillion. 1 out now in the first with Gavagan coming to the plate. So the leader this season in the country, 24. So Garrett Wright just 2 off the nation lead.
First baseman Gavin Gannon.
Still think he might have a case for the 2-year stat. That we'll never know.
Hang on, I'll find it.
Ball in the dirt. For a ball to begin the at-bat to Gavin Gannon. Another pickoff attempt over here towards first for Gunnar Antillion. Antillion back in safely.
Apologies for going quiet. I am determined to find the statistic. Determined.
The 1-0 pitch in the dirt once again. Couple of pitches here where Travis has fielded the ball low and immediately turned and stared down Gunnar Antillion at first. Both Travis and Pfeiffer with their attention on Antillion, who has a decent-sized lead over at first. Stays put on the next pitch in the dirt once again. Travis fields it and immediately turns and stares down Antillion at first. And now Travis going to come out to the mound and have a conversation with his pitcher. Chaz doing rocket science to my left, trying to find out the answer for the question I posed.
Okay, there were 39 hit by pitches from somebody from Mount St. Mary's.
In one season or the past 2?
This is one season.
1 season. 39.
It's not Garrett. How many did
Well,
Garrett
he's got to
have?
be close.
How many did Garrett have last year?
21. 39 in 1 season is absolutely incredible. I thought 21 was a lot.
Garrett Wright was 34th in the nation last year.
Well, then I'm completely wrong. Maybe we have a case for the MAC. I guess not the nation.
I'm not doing any more research.
No, I'm not saying too. I'm just saying we might have a case for the MAC.
Well, that one's easy to look up. Now I got to prove you wrong on that one, too. Give me a second.
I'm not saying he definitely is. There's a strike thrown in against Gannon.
That's what I'm here for.
Full count on Gavin Gannon with 1 out. Antillion still over there at first. 39 in 1 season.
Yes.
That is.
So Garrett Wright's in second place with 22 right now.
This one grounded over the left side of the infield, fielded by Vance at short. Throw across the diamond in time to get Gannon. An incredible play by Vance at short. Advancing to second on the play is Antillion. Vance's only play was to get Gannon.
Now it's kind of a bit of crunch time here again for Bowling Green. Haven't brought a run home yet. Runner on second.
Tack gets hit by a pitch. that drove in a run. His first time up, skies this one up in foul territory behind home plate, and drifting back to make the catch is Travis, the catcher. And that ends the inning. We'll see if Chaz has an answer for his rocket science when we come back in the top of the third. We'll also have the reveal of our trivia question when we come back. Bowling Green leads Eastern Michigan 4-3 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM. So the player that we were talking about that got hit 39 times last season, Chaz, we found out transferred to Portland and has only been hit 4 times this season, which is the same amount as Garrett Wright over the past 2 seasons. So my case might still be alive.
Nope.
Is what I'm hearing.
Nope.
But that does move us to our trivia question for today, or for the second game today, I should say. I'll pose it to you once again, Chaz, Noah Seeley, who's writing the recap for the game, and any others who want to guess along. The question is, which MLB stadium sells the most hot dogs each year, each season? I thought of this because that's what I had to eat in between these 2 games, what we call tube steaks here at Stellar Field. So your options for which MLB stadium sells the most hot dogs each year are A, Camden Yards, B, Yankee Stadium, C, Fenway Park, or D, Dodger Stadium.
I'd say it's either Yankee or... You said Camden Yards?
Camden Yards, Yankee Stadium, Fenway Park, or Dodger Stadium. First pitch to Harrison Travis, who caught the last pop out to end the inning, is a ball. This one skied out left field. Coming in is Motice to make the catch. Back-to-back flyouts to Motice by Eastern Michigan. Any initial thoughts? Fenway locked in.
I
for
like
Noah
Fenway
Seeley.
a lot. I like Fenway a lot.
Okay.
You know what? I'll go Fenway. Right now, I'm going Fenway.
Well, you can't guess till the 5th. But
Right now, that's what right now
Okay,
means.
yeah.
It doesn't mean in 2 innings.
it sounded like you were very
Blah,
definitive
blah,
about
blah,
it.
blah, 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 blah.
Artie, do you have a guess back there in the studio? Redemption guess?
So I was going to say Dodgers, but I feel like if you're in LA, the hot dogs are going to cost like way too much. So I'm going to go with Fenway as well. So just because I feel like just all vibes, I guess.
Fair. 2-0 count to Zyrus. So all 3 saying Fenway right now. We'll see top of the 5th if you guys are correct or not, or if you have a change of heart. It's a 3-0 count on Devin Zyrus. This pitch grounded through the infield to the right side. And it'll be a leadoff single, or not a leadoff single, apologies, a 1-out single by Zyrus. And he has reached base safely in each of his first 2 plate appearances. First was on a fielder's choice that drove in a run, now with a single.
So I've got your definitive answer, Tyler.
Okay.
So let me just crunch. I just got to crunch one number here.
This is really rocket science over here.
This is becoming something.
Something not important, but something.
I lost him.
It's a 1-0 count on Ty Stecco. Drives this one out fairly deep right center field. Going back is Horky drifting to the warning track at the wall. It's over his head and into the trees. A 2-run home run for Ty Stecco. Give him 3 RBIs on the day. And Eastern Michigan takes the 5-4 lead. That one carried in right center field. Horky kept backing up, went warning track. His back went against the wall, ran out of real estate, and he can tack on 2 runs in the top of the 3rd for Eastern Michigan.
Brendan Clement.
For Ty Stecco, 9 home runs on the season now, 24 runs batted in. The 9 home runs for Stecco tie the team lead with Logan Hugo. 1-1 count on Brandon Kleiman, who ended the first going down on strikes looking. That one misses down and outside for a ball. What a great start to the game by Ty Stecco. Only 1 hit, but the 1 hit is a 2-run home run, and he has 3 runs batted in. 3-1 count on Kleiman. The wind, which is blowing out anywhere between 10 to 15 miles per hour, as it's inside for ball 4 on Kleiman, is pushing a little bit in, but mainly towards the right field line. Anything hit in the air out to right field does have a few more feet of carry on it. As Kyle Halleck comes out to the mound, he's going to have a one-on-one conversation with Carson Silva. There is an arm up in the Bowling Green bullpen. Quicker conversation between Halleck and Silva. Silva's going to stay in the game.
That's numbered 11, Nate Kress in the bullpen for right now. So they do have a body ready if Kress can, or if Silva cannot go.
The second baseman, Connor Walsh.
Brings up Connor Walsh, the second baseman for EMU. Grounded out to Silva on a bunt attempt. His first time up. First pitch, off speed, misses inside for a ball. Did you find your guy again, Chaz?
No. No, I did not. It's actually becoming very close.
We'll see if we get to the 7th inning stretch by the time we find him or not. This one in for a strike by Silva, 1-1. Was there only one guy that you could find that had more and you're trying to find him? Or
No, I'm just looking at multiple guys to see if they fit. It's going to be close.
I told you he has to have. He's up there in hit by pitches over the past 2 seasons in the country. There's no way he's got to be around top 5. Has to be. It's a 1-2 count on Connor Walsh. 1 out in the inning, runner on first for Eastern Michigan. The pitch, down and outside for a ball, 2-2. Silva comes set on the 2-2. His pitch. Swing and a miss. Carson Silva gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. His first swinging strikeout. And it makes 2 outs in the inning with John Hale, who was a strikeout victim earlier in the game in the 2nd inning. He comes up to the plate.
Center fielder, John Hale.
Tyler, we are officially... Hang on.
There was a player, I
Kyle
couldn't catch
beat me.
the full name. Kyle Edmond, the sports information director for BGSU Baseball.
Dominic Listy. I was 1 away from him. I was at Kane Kepley from North Carolina.
45 hit by pitches over the past 2 seasons. So that would mean.
Hang on.
So we think Garrett Wright has the 2nd most in the country over the past 2.
He's also tied with Anthony DiVittorio from Coppin State, who had 21 last year, or 21 this year, 22 last year.
This one flown out to center field, fairly deep. Tackett's going back, and he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So we will reconvene and talk about that a little more when we come back in the bottom half of the 3rd. But Eastern Michigan still lead Bowling Green now 5-4 right here on WPGU 88.1 FM.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Women's track and field travels to Athens to participate in the MAC Outdoor Championships, starting Thursday, May 15th and running through Saturday, May 17th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Holden Ruck will have the recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Connor Walsh's day is over.
Now playing second base, number 9, Drew Jones.
Drew Jones into the game at second base for Eastern Michigan. Walsh went 0 for 2. A ground out to Silva, the pitcher, on a bunt, and a strikeout swinging. So he will be replaced by Drew Jones into this game as we hit the bottom half of the third inning. This broadcast is turned into a rocket science research lab.
You got that right, Tyler.
Chaz McNeil still looking through numbers on his computer.
I'm looking at the draft now. I've given up. I'm on cool math games on my laptop now.
First pitch to Zach Horkey, leading things off for Bowling Green in there for a strike. And another strike thrown in by Pfeiffer. Horkey, Parker, Curlis, 5, 6, 7, due up for Bowling Green. This one misses inside by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, the right-hander, delivers. It's grounded to the right side of the infield, fielded by Jones, newly checked into the game. And he retires Horkey to begin the bottom of the third. Brings up Caden Parker, who reached safely on a fielder's choice before reaching third base and being stranded there in the first inning.
Designated hitter, Caden Parker.
Parker, the designated hitter today for Bowling Green. He's hitting .243 on the season. Parker looks at a first pitch strike by Pfeiffer on the fastball.
Officially, you're wrong, Tyler, by the way. Somebody's above him.
I think we already...
Yep.
Two people above him.
Yep.
As this one's grounded to the left side of the infield, fielded by Stecco. Throw across the diamond for the second out of the inning. The good thing is the season's not over, so Garrett Wright still has a chance to make a run for that claim. He's within striking distance is what I'm hearing.
I don't think he wants to get hit by anymore.
I don't think he wants to, but I think he will. First pitch to Brandon Curlis in there for a strike. The next pitch, roped into left field by Curlis, but hit basically straight towards the left fielder, Zacaro. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Michael Pfeiffer and the Eagles. We go to the top of the fourth. We'll have some on this day in baseball history when we come back. Eastern Michigan leading Bowling Green 5-4 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Baseball plays their final game of the regular season against Northern Illinois on Saturday, May 17th at Stellar Field. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Bowling Green women's track and field heads up to Ann Arbor, Michigan to participate in the Len Paddock Open on Friday, May 9th. Check out Holden Ruck's recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Michigan leading Bowling Green 5-4 here at Stellar Field as we've hit the top of the fourth. Has some on this day in baseball history. There's a new pitcher for Bowling Green and Nate Kress. We'll get to that in just a second. Back in 2010 on this day, the Philadelphia Phillies signed their star first baseman Ryan Howard to a 5-year contract extension worth between $125 to $138 million. And it helped set the price tag for the three other free agent first baseman at the end of the season, Adrian Gonzalez, Prince Fielder, and Albert Pujols. However, Howard went into a rapid decline, and the contract extension by the Phillies ended up being a huge miss. A year later, in 2011 on this day, Angel Beltre, an outfielder for the Frisco Rough Riders of the AA Texas League, is caught on tape throwing a trash can into the crowd in response to heckling by fans following the manager's ejection from a game in San Antonio, Texas. He was handed a 15-game suspension and faced criminal charges of disorderly conduct for his actions. 2 fans are also charged for their role, although officials are unable to identify which players also threw bats into the stands. And then on this day in 2013, Anibal Sanchez sets a new Tigers record by striking out 17 batters in 8 innings.
Tyler, I've got some today in baseball history for you as well, actually.
Okay, shoot.
So, 4 hours ago,
as this one's roped into left field for a single for Cooper Vance. That is how Nate Kress is greeted into the game by Eastern Michigan. And we go to the top of the order with Gianno Zaccaro.
So 4 hours ago, this first game started 3 innings in. We are now 3 innings into the second game. It's been a 4-hour stretch since then, so that's my history.
Innovative.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bunt showed here, and by Gianno Zaccaro, and it flies to the netting just to the right of the Bowling Green dugout. The next pitch to Zaccaro misses down for a ball. Carson Silva's final line, he goes 3 innings, throws 59 pitches, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs, 4 of which are earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts for the freshman. Another ball thrown to Zaccaro. Nate Kress in the game for Bowling Green. Kress on the season is 2-1 with a .666 earned run average. 17th appearance of the year, 16th out of the bullpen for Kress as he throws in a strike with the all-speed to even the count at 2 apiece. 25 2/3 innings pitched. 16 walks to 21 strikeouts. Opponents batting .311 against Nate Kress.
Kress, one of those pitchers that can really rattle batters.
As this one lined up the middle, fielded by Antillion, steps on second for 1, throw to Ganon, a double play, orchestrated by Gunnar Antillion in the middle of the Bowling Green infield.
That was just a great bang play there.
They bring up Logan Hugo with 2 outs and the base pass clear in the top of the 4th.
Right fielder, Logan Hugo.
Hugo 1 for 2 on the day, a single in the first and a fly out to left to end the second. First pitch to Hugo, misses for a ball with the fastball. This one lined into left field. And settling under it is Carter Motice. He makes the catch to end the inning. Nate Kress faces 3 batters, gets 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bowling Green trails Eastern Michigan by 1, 5-4 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Baseball takes a trip west to Notre Dame to battle the Fighting Irish in Game 1 of a 3-game series. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil on the call starting at 6:15 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU softball returns home to face Robert Morris on Friday, May 2nd. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco and Ben Cork beginning at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM. Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Due up for Bowling Green in the bottom of the fourth is 8-9 and Carter Motice and Alex Laird. Then top of the order is Gunnar Antillion, Tyler Kamlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Here with you for this one, second game of the day. Bowling Green won the first one, which was a continuation of the series opener started on Friday, 11-4. With a win today, would win the series against Eastern Michigan and win at least 2 of 3 games against the Eagles for the third straight season. They currently trail the Eagles 5-4. Here in the bottom of the fourth as Motice steps into the box. First pitch from Pfeiffer is drilled into right field. It stays fair and goes to the corner. Motice on his way to second. He's going to stop there for a stand-up leadoff double.
And what a shot by Carter Motice. That was a hard hit ball into the right section of the field. That one pokes behind Hugo, tucks itself in the corner, hitting the warning track. Great play there by the freshman.
Fourth double for Carter Motice in his 11th career collegiate game. He's been so solid for Bowling Green since he debuted on the road against Youngstown State a few weeks ago. Brings up Alex Laird, who himself has solidified a spot in that 9-hole over the past couple of weeks. Big swing and a miss by Laird on the first pitch. Laird batting .288 this year. This is 17th game, or 18th game of the season and 15th start. 9 runs batted in on the season for Laird. Looks at a ball on the outside on the off-speed that drifted off the plate. Count goes even to 1-1 on Laird, the redshirt freshman. This one in the dirt. Nice stop by Travis behind the plate. And the count's 2-1 on Alex Laird.
Laird just keeping himself alive here.
This one misses down low as well. Count goes to 3-1. That double by Motice is just the first hit off of Michael Pfeiffer since he came into the game in relief for Fisher Hendershot, who only got 1 out. This one is hit fairly deep to left field, but foul. Chasing after it was Zaccaro. Chased all the way to the wall through the Bowling Green bullpen, but wasn't able to make the catch.
Zaccaro was tracking that ball down, hunting at it, just not quite fast enough, but he had good movement on that ball.
It's a full count on Alex Laird with nobody out and a runner on second. Pfeiffer look at second. His payoff pitch hits Laird a free 90 feet for number 16. And it brings us to the top of the order for Bowling Green with Gunnar Ansellian, who has reached base safely in both at-bats, one with a single and one on an error. First and second for Antillion with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Bowling Green looking to tie the game up or take the lead, down by 1, 5-4.
Bowling Green just looking to retake the lead here.
Pickoff attempt the second, back in safely is Motice. Antillian showing bunt. Both runners off on a double steal. Steal, it's spiked in the dirt in front of the plate. Throw down to third. They got Motice. That ball was spiked in the dirt in front of home plate. Travis caught it. A great throw down to third. It was a double steal with a bunt being shown. Antillian had no play to put a bunt down, and they nailed Motice at third. Aggressive base running does not pay off for the Falcons.
And now
Laird reaches second base, and that's just the fourth time this season on 11 attempts. Antillian has been, that is for Motice. The second time on 2 attempts that Motice has been caught stealing. This one flown into left field by Garrett Wright. And caught for the out by Zaccaro. By Antillian, and that'll bring up Garrett Wright. So Antillian retired for the first time here today. And there's 2 outs now with Alex Laird, the lone base runner, standing on second.
So Garrett Wright, we've been talking about him for, honestly, the entire time since he got hit by that pitch to open the game. Still research being done about it. Tyler won't stop talking about it, but now he's got the opportunity to either add to his total or add another statistic to it.
Big swing and miss by Garrett Wright to begin the at-bat. If he could reach base, Gavigan awaits on deck.
Falcons desperately just trying to tie this thing up here.
Wright looks in a ball down low. 1-1 the count. Pfeiffer takes a look back at second. An extended look, still looking. Now delivers to the plate. And that's going to...
Oh, my goodness.
Almost. Looked like from up here that ran inside on Garrett Wright. And barely missed him.
I was about to freak out. I was about to go insane.
2-1 the count on Wright. Looks at a ball down low for ball 3-1.
No true motion happening in either bullpen currently.
Pfeiffer, another extended look back at second. Still looking. Now delivers. Off speed, catches the zone. Count goes full to 3-2 with 2 outs. And the full count pitch is in the dirt outside for ball 4. So Garrett Wright reaches base for the second time here today. A walk alongside a hit by pitch. And that's just the first walk by Pfeiffer in this game.
Now there's the game-leading run on first, and we will have the coach coming out.
Mound visit for Eastern Michigan. I have to say, though, Michael Pfeiffer has been solid since he came into the game for the Eagles. This is really the first inning that BG has had any sort of success against him. The double by Motice was the first hit allowed by Pfeiffer since coming into the game to record the final 2 outs in the first inning. Pfeiffer has only allowed now 4 different base runners.
Tyler, I got the inside scoop on the bullpen batter, and I got his number right this time. It's Ethan Davis, junior righty.
Well, we have to hope that you're right this time.
Oh, yeah, you're going to check? Mr. Fact Checker?
As an extended mound visit before Jordan Betch has to break things up on the mound.
You didn't even put the binoculars up to your eyes. You just, lifted them and put them back down.
The first baseman, Gavin Gannon.
Brings up Gavigan. It is 49 up in the bullpen.
Oh, you don't say.
Well, after last time we had to make sure.
Listen, the weird script on the Eastern Michigan jerseys were not my design.
definitely is interesting script on the back. Makes the ones in particular look a little interesting.
You know what it makes them look like? 4s.
What one could say.
No, 4 could say.
Off speed. Off speed catches the zone to begin the at-bat for Gamageddon. There was a pickoff attempt back to second, but in safely was Laird. By Pfeiffer. Count goes even at 1-1. Bowling Green in the same position they were earlier in the inning, running on first and second with nobody out, is what it was earlier. Now they are faced with a 2-out situation. This one flown foul to the right side by Ganon. Now down to the count 1-2. Falcons tried to do a double steal with Gunnar and Tillian showing bunt. Antillian was unable to put down a bunt as it was spiked in front of the plate, and Mo Tice was caught stealing at third. Laird did advance to second before Antillian flew out to left. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Travis. Every time Travis catches anything in the dirt, immediately stands up with the ball in his right hand and eyes down a runner. The 2-2 pitch down in the dirt. And the count goes full 3-2, 2 outs in the inning. Both runners will be off on the pitch. Big moment for both teams in this game.
Definitely a pivotal.
The full count pitch is fouled off the foot of Gavin Ganon. Both runners will have to walk back 90 feet as Ganon walks it off around the plate. Pfeiffer comes set once again. Runners will both go again. The full count pitch outside for ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Bowling Green with 2 outs and TJ Tackett's coming up to the plate.
TJ Tackett's not the biggest day so far from him. He's got a hit by pitch and a fly out, and then earlier today.
The big question, though, Chaz, is do we see a pitching change here before Pfeiffer faces Tackett's or not?
No, I don't think we do, personally.
Doesn't appear that we are. Pfeiffer comes set, delivers the Tackett's. First pitch, up high for a ball.
Tackett's with yet to record a hit so far today through 2 games.
The 0-1 pitch to TJ Tackett's. Line to the right side. Nice play by the first baseman, Zyrus, to field it and then flip it to Pfeiffer covering the bag. A beauty of a defensive play by Eastern Michigan to end the 4th inning. Bowling Green strands the bases loaded. And we head to the top of the 5th. Falcons still trail by 1, 5-4. We'll have the reveal of the trivia question when we come back after a short break on WBGU 88.1 FM. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU softball heads to South Bend, Indiana to battle the Notre Dame Fighting Irish on Thursday, May 1st at 5:30 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak will have a recap of the game on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Nate Kress still on the mound for Bowling Green, but before we get back underway, guys have to guess the answer for the trivia question. So I posed this back in the top of the 3rd. Question is, which MLB stadium sells the most hot dogs each year? Your options were A, Camden Yards, B, Yankee Stadium, C, Fenway Park, or D, Dodger Stadium. Chaz, I'll start with you. Do you have a final answer?
Yeah, I'll go Fenway. Why not?
Fenway, all right. Noah, Fenway, Artie?
Yeah, I'll go with Fenway too.
Fenway, you guys are incorrect. It is not Fenway Park.
Is it Camden Yards?
It is not Camden Yards.
Is it Yankee Stadium?
It's not Yankee Stadium.
Oh, my God.
As this one's hit up the left side by Travis and fielded by the third baseman, Laird. He throws across the diamond.
You've got to
for
be
the first out of the inning. It is Dodger Stadium. Dodger Stadium sells more than 2.5 million hot dogs per year, and they have featured the infamous Dodger dog since the 1962 season.
The first baseman, Devin Cyrus.
Yeah, I'm going to need proof of that. I don't know.
I don't think I could provide you with that, but Dodger Stadium is the correct answer as Cyrus steps into the box, looks at a first pitch strike from Nate Kress. I thought Dodger would have been one of the most guessed with the Dodger dog.
A new flavor of hot dog? Wow.
I thought that was the most popular, known hot dog in baseball, that people knew of the Dodger dog. I guess I'm wrong. 1-1 the count on Cyrus. This one misses up high.
I don't know if it's the sleep deprived, but there's a lot of things I want to say, and I can't say them.
2-1 the count on Cyrus.
You know what? I will say this, though. How come most people get your trivia questions wrong? That feels a little rigged to me, Tyler. I don't know.
I mean, I gave you 4 stadiums to guess between.
I guessed 3 of them and got them all wrong.
Sounds like a you problem. 3-1 the count on Cyrus. This one fouled off. Go to a full count with 1 out.
The more it's a me
Stecco
problem.
waits on deck.
The more it's a you problem. Stecco had a sac fly.
You know, Artie had it before he changed it.
Artie said, I'm not going to go with the Dodgers.
He had it, though. He mentioned it. As it's ball 4 outside for Cyrus. He reaches base for the 3rd time safely today. Reached base safely on a fielder's choice the first time. A single in the 3rd. And now a walk here in the 5th.
Third baseman, Ty Stecco.
Ty Stecco up to the plate.
First pitch to Stecco, fouls it to the back. 2-run home run last time up for Ty Stecco, his 9th home run of the year, which ties the Eastern Michigan team high. He's driven in 3 runs this game.
Big hit out of the junior.
The 0-1 pitch from Kress. Fouled off to the right side. Count goes to 0-2 on Ty Stecco. As Kress comes set from the stretch. Delivers to the plate. This one lined into right center field. Going from first to third is going to be Cyrus. Runners on the corners with just 1 out after the single by Ty Stecco.
That was a big blooping hit over the head of Curlis. Curlis jumped up for it, but was unable to really capitalize on anything. He was nowhere near that ball as it went over his head. Blooping behind him. Throw in by Tackett's.
Designated hitter, Brendan Kleiman.
Brings up Brendan Kleiman, the designated hitter in the 6th hole for Eastern Michigan. Struck out and walked in the game. Fouls this one off at the plate. Kleiman on the season has 22 runs batted in. Bunt shown here, laid down the first base line, and it's going to go just foul before Nate Kress picks it up. Tremendous job of Kress and Canon there, waiting for it to go foul before they picked it up. Nearly a perfect bunt down the first base line by Kleiman.
Kleiman just it was a high bunt that bounced up and just slowly rolled to the right. You were right, Tyler. A very good decision there by Kress, saving a run with just one out.
See how aggressive he has to do it again here on the 0-2 count.
It's not showing bunt.
Does not show it. It's a ball down in the dirt. Nice stop by Garrett Wright. With one out in the inning, runners on the corner still for Eastern Michigan. Ty Stecco on first, Devin Zyrus on third. This one fouled off. Count stays at 1-2. This pitch misses down low. Count goes even to 2-2. Kress comes set on the 2-2 count. His delivery is flown out to right field. Caught by Horkey. No tag up. A nice throw in by Horkey. Goes all the way to Garrett Wright at home. So 2 outs in the inning and still runners on the corners for Eastern Michigan. Kress 1 out away from getting out of the inning without any damage.
So there, I'm very excited for what I just saw there. That was a easy snag there by Horkey. He makes the throw, tried a little bit to kind of bait Zyrus on third to make a run for the out, but the throw was very much in time, backed up by Garrett Wright.
First pitch of the at-bat to Drew Jones, his first at-bat since coming into the game for Connor Walsh as a defensive substitution. Looks at a ball up and in.
That ball drifts a bit low for ball number 2.
Drew Jones, a .259 batter on the season. His 18th game of the year. Just 4 runs batted in for him. This catches the inside corner of the fastball by Kress, 2-1 the count. For Drew Jones. Batted .265 last season. Fouls this one off to the right side. Almost took off ahead of an eagle in the dugout. The count goes even to 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
Bowling Green trying to get out of this inning scoreless.
The pitch is grounded up the middle and through a diving Antillion. And it's going to drive in a run on the RBI single by Drew Jones. Just his 5th RBI of the season. That scores Zyrus as each runner, as Stecco, will advance a base. And it's going to be first and second with 2 outs. And Eastern Michigan leading by 2, 6-4.
Center fielder, John Hale.
Now, John Hale is up.
First pitch to Hale is flown out to the right side. That'll get out of play. Hale 0 for 2 in the day, a strikeout looking, and a fly out to center. The fly out to center ended the 3rd inning. Zyrus has now scored in 2 of his 3 times he's got on base so far here today. The pitch by Kress is in there for a strike on the off-speed, and he has John Hale down the count 0-2. This is Kress's first time facing John Hale here today. The off-speed from Kress is lined into right field, and making the catch coming in is Zach Horkey. A nice catch by Horkey to end the inning. But Eastern Michigan adds another run. They lead Bowling Green 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the fifth right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Falcon Baseball plays Findlay in a non-conference battle on Tuesday, April 19th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Noah Seeley and Coyle Withrow at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
BGSU Baseball plays the annual 5th third game against Toledo on Friday, May 2nd. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here at Stellar Field, we have reached the bottom of the fifth. Bowling Green coming back up to bat. It'll be 5-6-7 due up. Zach Corkey, Caden Parker, Braden Curlis. Tyler Kavelitz alongside Chaz McNeil for the Falcon Media Sports Network. Been a fun day so far. Bowling Green won the first game 11-4, and a continuation of the game that started on Friday before being postponed due to rain. Eastern Michigan ahead in this second game 6-4. If Bowling Green wins today, they win the series. If Eastern Michigan comes away with the victory, tomorrow will serve as the rubber match between the two teams.
And if the score holds true, you're right, Tyler. Rubber match on Sunday.
First pitch to Zach Horkey. By Pfeiffer, drifts outside for a ball. The next pitch to Horkey is found to the right side in the air. Still getting up, still warming up, I should say, in the Eastern Michigan bullpen is Ethan Davis. He's been getting loose for a little bit now as the ball misses down and outside by Pfeiffer. 3-1 the count on Zach Horkey. Pfeiffer's next pitch, grounded to the left side of the infield, bobbled by the third baseman Stecco, and he doesn't have a play. Couldn't get it cleanly in the glove, trying to do the backhand, and it's going to be an error on Stecco over at third that allows Horkey to reach base safely to lead off the bottom of the fifth for Bowling Green.
That was just a poorly fielded play by Stecco. That ball bounces into his mid. He just bobbles with it like you mentioned, drops it, and now it's just a little bit of an issue now.
Bunt shown here, then pulled back by Caden Parker. Ball misses. Parker starts ahead of the count. Parker's reached base on a fielder's choice and is grounded out to third so far today. Shows bunt again before pulling it back. This one, though, in for a strike. Count 1-1. Parker lofts this one left field. Settling under it is Zaccaro. Comes in and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. I'm going to bring up Braden Curlis. Curlis 0 for 1 of the day with a fly out to left. He walked his first time up.
And now Curtis going to try and put a little spark in this Falcon offense a bit. They've been sluggish, to say the least, since the first inning. Scoreless in 3 straight.
First pitch to Curtis, down and outside for a ball. Curtis flies this out to left field. Skied out towards foul territory, and catching it in play by the foul line is Zaccaro for the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Carter Motice. Motice 1 for 2 on the day with a double.
The left fielder, Carter Motice.
Motice, the left-handed batter, steps into the box with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch to Motice, swinging, flies it out center field. Settling under it is Hale, and 3 flyouts for Bowling Green in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Eastern Michigan leads 6-4 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
No hits. There was 1 Eagle error, 1 runner left on base.
BG Men's Golf competes in the MAC Championship at Pinnacle Golf Course in Grove City, Ohio from Sunday, April 27th through Tuesday, April 29th. Check out the recap of the event by Falcon Media Sports Network sponsor Rostai on bgfalconmedia.com.
BG Women's Track and Field heads to Akron for the Northeast Ohio Open on Thursday, May 8th and Friday, May 9th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Foster Rostai will have the recap for the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Here at Stellar Field, Tyler Kavelitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network here with you for it. Eastern Michigan leading Bowling Green 6-4 as we reach the top of the 6th inning. And it's been a little bit of a reverse day in this game between these two teams. It felt like Eastern Michigan started off pretty solid in that first game when we resumed play, and Bowling Green came on strong in the end. Bowling Green was the team that really took control of that first inning with 4 runs. Since then, it's been Eastern Michigan who's added a few more to take the lead.
Yeah, Tyler, Bowling Green just really struggling offensively here. Pitching has been getting rocked a little bit by the Eastern Michigan bats, and there's overall consistency is waning just a bit. We still have Nate Kress on the mound. Also, we've been breaking NFL draft news throughout the day. I've got a little other nugget for you, Tyler.
All right.
First ever Egyptian player drafted to the NFL. Let me make sure I get his name right. Ahmed Hassanein from Boise State was drafted by the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
He's an edge rusher.
Little history there. 2-0 count by Nate Kress to Cooper Vance, now 3-0. Also had Ohio State's Will Howard going to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Along with Ohio State's Jack Sawyer going to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I did not see that one. Couple Buckeyes going to Pennsylvania. The 3-0 pitch catches the strike zone by Vance. It's going to be weird for Browns fans watching a couple Buckeyes play against them on Sundays. Another strike thrown in there by Kress. Full count now on Cooper Vance. Not new, though. Ryan Shazier for years played against the Browns over at Pittsburgh. Ohio State legend. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off to the right side by Vance. We'll do it again at 3-2. Pitch from Kress misses up high for ball 4. And Eastern Michigan has another leadoff base runner.
Tough play there for the orange and brown. Nate Kress struggling with his control there, just unable to really either fool a batter or just get it tucked enough in the zone to get the call from the home plate umpire.
Second walk of the outing by Nate Kress. Fourth walk overall by BG pitchers. Goes to the top of the order with Gianno Zaccaro. Zaccaro 1 for 2 in the day. A single, a walk, and a double play grounded into. First pitch by Kress in there for a strike. Zaccaro. Foul tipped at the plate, I should say. So Zaccaro down to the count 0-2. Still nobody out here, top of the sixth.
It would be huge for Bowling Green if they're able to get this out here. Just anything with the momentum that is consistently building.
Kress comes set. His pitch just off the outside corner for a ball. 1-2 the new count. Runner off as it's flown out to left center field. It's going to be caught by Tackett as Tackett and Motais connected with each other, did not run into each other. Almost got tangled up there. A little miscommunication, but Tackett holds on to make the catch as Cooper Vance scurries back to first after running on the pitch. So 1 out in the inning. Vance still on first, and it brings up Logan Hugo. 1 for 3 on the day with a single and 2 flyouts to left.
The right fielder, Logan Hugo.
So now Hugo is up. He singled but has back-to-back flyouts.
This one drilled left field. Going back is Motais. The wind knocking it down, and Motais makes the catch before he gets to the warning track. We've seen that today. Anything hit out towards left field in the air is being knocked down by the wind.
Travis.
The catcher, Harrison Travis.
Harrison Travis hit by a pitch, fly out to left, and a ground out to third so far today. 2 outs in the inning. Pickoff attempt here by Kress, but back in time safely is Cooper Vance. Devin Zyrus awaits on deck if Travis can continue the inning. Eastern Michigan leading Bowling Green 6-4, top of the sixth. Fastball misses up high for a ball.
Falcons need 1 more out to head.
Nate Kress's next pitch inside as well. 2-0 the count.
To the break.
Kress taking his time on the mound. Comes set. The pitch is down and outside for a ball. 3-0 the count to Harrison Travis. Some bodies getting loose in the Bowling Green bullpen. No throwing going on as of yet. The 3-0 pitch catches the zone by Kress for a strike.
Falcons down 2 to the Eagles here.
The next pitch by Kress is fouled off to the right side. Kress started behind the count 3-0, is battled back to a full count.
You're right about that, Tyler. Bowling Green now in a pretty advantageous position. All you got to do is to get 1 more strike.
The pitch by Kress is fouled to the back. Runner was off. Vance on the full count with 2 outs. He'll be off again on the next pitch. Kress comes set. His delivery runner off is fouled off to the right side. We'll do it again at the full count with 2 outs. Harrison Travis doing a nice job of staying alive at the plate, making Nate Kress work on the mound. The pitch is fouled off a 3rd time in a row.
That's how you break down a pitcher, Tyler. Kress getting very good looks at his pitches crossing home plate, but battling is Travis staying alive, keeping that 1/3 out off the board.
The full count pitch once again. This one grounded to the left side of the infield and through for a single. Motice bobbles it, but Vance going to stay at second. So it'll be runners on first and second for Eastern Michigan with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Devin Zyrus coming to the plate. Zyrus has reached safely in all 3 plate appearances. Reached safely on a fielder's choice in the first that drove in a run. Walked in the 3rd and came around to score. Or singled in the 3rd and came around to score. And walked in the 5th and came around to score. The walk in the 5th was the first walk of the day issued by Nate Kress. This will be Kress's 2nd time facing Zyrus. First pitch to him, misses for a ball. The next pitch down low for a ball as well.
Zyrus, full stance, not even bending his knees.
The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. The pitch by Kress is chopped over to the right side of the infield. Fielded by Ganon at first. He'll step on the bag to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bowling Green trails Eastern Michigan 6-4 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Baseball continues their weekend series against Eastern Michigan on Friday, April 26th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kablitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. New pitcher into the game for Eastern Michigan is number 49, Ethan Davis, junior right-hander from Brownston, Indiana. Davis is a transfer from Frontier Community College, and before then, Marian University. 2-1 record on the season. This will be his 18th appearance, all out of the bullpen. .415 earned run average. He does have 4 saves to his name. He's been really the primary closer this season for Eastern Michigan. 26 innings pitched. He's walked 12 and struck out 19. Pitched in the Friday in 2 of the games against Albany, I should say. Went 2 2/3 in those games, gave up 1 run. First guy he'll face will be Alex Laird. Laird, the 9-0 hitter. Then we go top of the order with Gunnar Antillion and Garrett Wright. Eastern Michigan leads Bowling Green 6-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Tyler Kablitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network for all news about BGSU baseball and BGSU athletics. You can head over to bgfalconmedia.com You can also follow Falcon Media Sports Network at BG_FMSN on Twitter X and BG Falcon Media on Instagram and Facebook.
Also, we got a little news to break. Got to give Tyler his flowers. We had the Falcon Media Awards banquet yesterday. Tyler won the Iron Falcon Award for being just the most reliable person, and I can't agree with that more, actually. I don't think I've ever looked at you when you haven't been working.
I try my best, Chaz. I try my best. You also took home a few awards at the banquet.
Yeah, I did. I took home, I forget them off the top of my head.
Alex Laird was hit by a pitch to begin the inning.
Luke Krause in the bullpen now for Bowling Green. I know he's one.
You got a couple awards for your work for Falcon Media Sports Network, as well as the work that you did with the swoop this year.
Mm-hmm. And the newscast.
Yeah, and the newscast, BG Weekly.
A lot of paper. I bought 2 picture frames last night, or actually 3.
This one by Antillian, grounded to short, fielded by Vance, flips to second for 1, now to first, double play turned by Eastern Michigan. That's a killer for the Falcons here in the 6th inning.
You can say that again, Tyler. Because, I mean, you think about the momentum that you've built up throughout this inning. Not much, but you do get Laird to actually get to first base. You might advance. You're down 2 runs. That's not a whole lot. And then right now, you're down to your final out, just like that.
Garrett Wright into the box. Looks at a first pitch strike. Wright has been hit by a pitch, floated out to center, and walked so far today. Looks at this ball down low. Count moves to 1-1. Wright's been one of the most consistent hitters in the Mid-American Conference this season. Leads the MAC in multiple offensive categories. Chops this one over the left side of the infield. Oh, went off his foot in the box. It went off his foot and into the infield. But it hit him in the box, so it'll be a foul ball. He'll shake it off. And then get back in the box and hit in the 1-2 count. Just 3 hits for Bowling Green here today in this game. They're getting out hit 9-6 by the Eagles. 3 errors by the 2 teams combined. Wright chops this one up the middle. It's going to be fielded by the shortstop Vance. They'll throw to Zyrus to end the inning. 3 batters come up to the plate, and 3 outs are recorded for Bowling Green. We head to the top of the 7th. Falcons trail by 2, 6-4 on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Women's Track and Field heads to Columbus, Ohio for the Jesse Owens Classic on Friday, May 2nd and Saturday, May 3rd. Check out the recap of the event by Falcon Media Sport Network's Artie Abrego on BGFalconMedia.com.
On Saturday, May 3rd, BGSU softball battles Robert Morris in a doubleheader. Game 1 is slated for 1 p.m. Catch Ben Korak and Henry Costco on the call on Falcon Radio.
Here at Stellar Field, forgot to say the final line for Michael Pfeiffer of Eastern Michigan when we were last on for that last half inning, but Chaz Pfeiffer was nothing short of phenomenal for Eastern Michigan in relief of Fisher Hendershot, who got just 1 out in that first inning. Pfeiffer came in through 4 2/3 scoreless innings, gave up just 1 hit, walked 2 batters through 71 pitches. About as good as Eastern Michigan could have hoped for.
Exactly. We saw how dominant their catcher, their wow, I don't even know what I'm saying. We saw how dominant their pitch, how poorly their pitching had been able to get Bowling Green batters out. And then in this game, finally starting to tighten up. And just as you mentioned, really sound work out of Pfeiffer.
Finally put it together by the end there.
5,
6, 7 due up for Eastern Michigan. Stecco leading things off here. Flies it out fairly deep right center field. Going after it is Horky and Tackett. And Horky, the right fielder, makes the catch, avoiding a collision with Tackett for the first out of the inning.
Tyler, I haven't slept in like a week. You got to cut me some slack here.
What dead week and finals week does to a man in college.
And graduation week.
Going to bring up Brendan Kleiman. Kleiman 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout looking and a fly out to right. He's also walked. First pitch to Kleiman catches the inside corner for a strike by Nate Kress. The next pitch by Kress down and outside for a ball. Misses down and inside for another ball. 2-1 the count.
At 61 pitches, 4 hits, a run, 1 earned, and 4 walks is Nate Kress. Or 2 walks, excuse me.
Eastern Michigan's made him work. This one grounded to the right side of the infield. Fielded on the hop by the second baseman, Curlis. A nice play by Braden Curlis. He throws out Kleiman for the second out of the inning. And now a chance for Nate Kress to work 1-2-3 inning.
This would send us to stretch time. Be a big moment for Bowling Green, as it's looking like this one will come down to the wire.
It's been a deadlock over the past few innings. First pitch to Drew Jones. He flies it out. Shallow center field. It drifts to right center field. And it's going to be caught by the second baseman, Braden Curlis, to end the inning. 1-2-3, top of the 7th. Worked by Nate Kress. Brings us to the 7th inning stretch here at Stellar Field. Eastern Michigan leading the Falcons 6-4 on WBGU 88.1 FM.
The MAC Baseball Tournament will take place from May 21st through May 24th in Avon, Ohio. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kaplitz and Chaz McNeil will have a call of every BGSU game while also providing coverage for every game on the BG_FMSN account on Twitter X.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
3, 4, 5 in the order. Due up for Bowling Green, Gavigan, TJ Tackett, and Zach Corky. In the bottom of the 7th, the Falcons trailing Eastern Michigan 6-4 at Stellar Field. Tyler Kamlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Chaz, what do you need to see out of this Bowling Green offense to get going with just 3 hits here today?
I'm going to erase half the words in that sentence, and I'll tell you what I want. Bowling Green offense. They haven't scored in the past 5 innings. They scored 4 in the first, haven't scored since, and I'm going to be honest with you, they need to get those bats swinging.
First pitch to Gavigan catches the outside corner for a strike. This one misses inside. Count moves to 1-1. Gavin is 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a ground out to short. He has also walked. Fouls this one off to the right side. Count moves to 1-2. Three batters up, 3 batters down. Last inning for Bowling Green. Only 7 batters have come to the plate over the past 2 innings for the Falcons. This one spiked in the dirt for Gannon. Now a 2-2 count. Gavin Gannon coming into today's game with a .271 batting average on the season. Chops this one over the left side of the infield, fielded by the shortstop Vance, throws across the diamond for the out. One down brings up TJ Tackett. Tackett's hit by a pitch that drove in a run in the first, but since then has popped out to the catcher in foul territory and grounded out to first.
The center fielder, TJ Tackett.
First pitch to Tackett's in there for a strike. This one also misses for a ball. The next pitch to Tackett catches the outside corner. And the count moves to 1-2 on TJ Tackett's. Count goes even at 2-2. And this one lofted in a left field by TJ Tackett. And that'll be a single for the center fielder. And that's the first hit for Bowling Green since a double by Carter Motice in the 4th.
Unreal, as we are at just past stretch time. It's bottom of the 7th here. That is a long gap to go without contact, Tyler.
Michael Pfeiffer did a great job in relief as the first pitch from Davis is fouled to the back by Zach Horkey. This one misses down low to Horkey. Count 1-1. Zach Horkey reached base safely in an air back in the 5th. He drove in a run back in the 1st on a ground out. Count on him. 1 out here, bottom of the 7th. He represents the tying run at the plate as Davis catches the inside corner. Count moves to 1-2. Davis comes set, delivers, fouled off to the right side by Zach Horkey. For Bowling Green, Horkey and Wright, the 2 catchers in the lineup for Kyle Halleck in this one. This one fouled off to the right side once again, out of play.
Horkey battling here, just going back and forth, taking a couple chips.
Another pickoff attempt over here at first. Count at 1-2 on Zach Horkey. The next pitch is lined into left field. Back-to-back singles for Bowling Green as falling to the ground as he fields the ball is Sicaro in left field. He made the play, though, and got it back in. Kept Tackett at second. So first and second for Bowling Green for the first time in a long time. And just 1 out in the inning. Caden Parker up the bat. Davis's first pitch to Caden Parker, found to the back. Caden Parker has reached base in 24 straight games. Garrett Wright has extended his on-base streak. Which is now at 29 straight games for Garrett Wright. The 1-1 pitch to Caden Parker from Davis is chopped to the left side of the infield. Fielded by the shortstop, flipped to second for one. The throw to first gets away. Tackett's coming home. He's safe. So Zach Corky is out at second on the 6-4 fielder's choice for the second out of the inning. Tackett comes around to score as Caden Parker reached base safely on the errant throw at first.
We're still going to have a conversation here with Eastern Michigan's head coach about that play.
Discussion still going on there. So everything's going to stay the way it is. TJ Tackett scores in an error by Jones at second. As Caden Parker reached base safely on the fielder's choice, Zach Corky out at second. There's 2 outs in the inning. Bowling Green down by just 1, 6-5. Braden Curlis steps into the box. The first pitch to Curlis, swung on and fouled down the third baseline.
That ball had a lot of power behind it, but just unable to be tucked in and said goodnight to as it goes to the left side.
Pick-off attempt here by Davis. Back in safely is Parker. The next pitch from Davis. This one flown out to center field. Settling under it is Hale, and he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Bowling Green, though, scores one more. They now trail 6-5 as we head to the top of the 8th here at Stellar Field on WBGU 88.1 FM. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. Softball faces Miami of Ohio in a doubleheader on Tuesday, April 29th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korek and Henry Koska will be on the call, beginning at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM. Back here at Stellar Field, Nick Kress still on the mound for the Falcons. It'll be 8-9, and John Hale and Cooper Vance due up before Gianno Zaccaro, top of the order.
Yeah, Tyler, 2 innings left here at Bowling Green, and they're down 1 run. Just looking for anything. Nick Kress still remains out there for BG. Just trying to get anything he possibly can.
Bunt shown by John Hale before he pulls it back. And there misses for a ball by Kress. Swings and drives this one out to center field, but straight towards TJ Tackett. He corrals it in for the first out of the inning.
Tyler, what's your go-to study habit, would you say?
My go-to study habit?
Where's your number one place to go? We got exam week coming up. Obviously, student athletes. What's your number one place to study?
I mean, I like the Cooling Center sometimes, but if I really need to study, the library. I don't think there's any better place than first floor in the library.
Okay.
Bunt shown here now by Cooper Vance. He pulls it back. It's in there for a strike. What's your go-to place, Jazz?
I would say Cooling Center.
Okay.
Get a lot. I keep a desk in my room. Sometimes I'll just turn music on and I can crack out some stuff. Cranked out 15 pages of 2 papers last night.
Finals week upon us.
What makes you say that?
1-1 count at the plate. This one misses inside for a ball. Vance check swing did not go around. Well, they're going to say he did go around. So the count is 1-2 on Cooper Vance.
A lot of good distance Bowling Green has gotten out of Nate Kress. 4 1/3 innings pitched so far with 68 pitches. He's only allowed 1 run.
The pitch from Kress down low for a ball. Count goes even. He's been solid for the most part for Bowling Green. Driven to the left side on the ground, through the infield, out to the outfield for a one-out single for Cooper Vance. We go to the top of the order with Gianno Zaccaro with a base runner on.
Zaccaro been all over the place. He's been walked. He's had massive hits. Last game, just a couple hours ago, he had a home run and a double back-to-back. This is a guy that you never want to put the ball right over home plate with. You want to paint the corners, get it around him, and just try and trick him on a couple of pitches.
The first pitch to Zaccaro misses to the outside.
And right there, you see it, Kress trying to attack that outside corner, force him to swing, or just clip the zone there, fold back one of the corners.
The 1-0 pitch from Kress catches the zone with the off-speed for a strike. One count on Gianno Zaccaro. Zaccaro with just 1 hit in the game, a single in the first inning. Misses the outside. 2-1 count on Zaccaro. He flew out to center field his last time up back in the 6th inning. This pitch also misses down low and outside for a ball. 3-1. Cooper Vance over on first has 4 stolen bases this season on 5 attempts.
And it is very important for Bowling Green right now. You don't want to let up any more runs. You're within 1. You just kind of want to sustain what you've got, keep Kress going.
The pitch misses inside for ball 4, so it's going to be runners on first and second for Eastern Michigan with just 1 out here in the top of the 8th.
Vance taking his sweet time. Hugo, excuse me, not Vance.
Brings up Logan Hugo. Hugo has flown out to left field 3 straight at-bats. His first plate appearance was a single back in the first. Fouls this one back behind us up here in the press box.
A 1 count with 1 out. Runners on second and first.
Just 1 out in the inning. Double steal on. This one's flown out to right field.
Oh.
And coming in before falling down is Horkey. Misread it in right field. 2 runs are going to come around to score. As moving into third safely is going to be Hugo. Disaster in right field for Zach Horkey and the Falcons.
That is a major mistake by Zach Horkey. He tried to adjust, slipped on the grass. hit the turf, and then after that, it was just kind of history. Now Bowling Green, they have a lot to overcome with just one more inning to go and still 2 outs for EMU.
Horky misread that one. Coming in before the wind pushed it behind him. He tried to go back, fell to the ground. By the time he got to it and he got a throw in, Hugo was on his way to third on a 2 RBI triple. And that gives Eastern Michigan an 8-5 lead here in the 8th.
I know we just mentioned it, Tyler, but we'll mention it now too. Nate Kress now has hit 80 pitches. He was at 74 just a second ago.
80-pitch relief outing for Nate Kress. You do not see that often.
Not very often, no.
As Harrison Chavez, the batter, meeting with the EMU coach. He's down the count 0-1. Goes back to the box. Still just 1 out in the inning. Runner on third for Eastern Michigan. And a 3-run lead. They lead 8-5. They've out-hit Bowling Green 11-5. The pitch is flown out to center field. Tackett selling under it. DJ makes the catch. His throw in not going to be anywhere close. Cut off before it gets to the infield. And it's going to be a sac fly up to center field by Harrison Travis. He is the second out of the inning, but he drives in Logan Hugo from third.
It looks like we will have a pitching change here as Coach Kyle Halleck goes out to the mound, so we'll get those player stats in just a second while we take a quick break. Ain't that right, Tyler?
We will indeed. New pitcher coming on for Bowling Green. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Eastern Michigan leads 9-5 over Bowling Green. Devin Zyrus coming up the bat when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Baseball starts a 3-game series against Northern Illinois on Thursday, May 15th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Chaz McNeil will call the game starting at 2:45 on Falcon Radio.
BGSU softball heads to South Bend, Indiana to battle the Notre Dame Fighting Irish on Thursday, May 1st at 5:30 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak will have a recap of the game on bgfalconmedia.com.
New pitcher into the game for Bowling Green is Titus Lotz. Nate Kress's day is over. We'll hold off in his final line. Actually, no, he doesn't have a base runner out there he's responsible for it, so we will say Kress's final line. 4 2/3 innings pitched, gives up 6 hits and 4 runs, all of which are earned. 3 walks, does not record a strikeout, 82 pitches in relief for Nate Kress. Titus Lotz is 2-0 this season. This will be his 17th appearance, all out of the bullpen. Does have 2 saves to his name, a .698 earned run average, 19 1/3 innings pitched, 15 walks, and 16 strikeouts for Titus Lotz. Opponents hit .305 against the left-handed pitcher.
And right now, Bowling Green really just need 4 quick outs out of Titus Lotz. They need more so to rely on their offense here. You mentioned no base runners on for Eastern Michigan. Falcons got a lot of work to do to make up, and that all starts with Lotz.
Devin Zyrus comes up to the box with 2 outs in the inning, and the base is clear. Zyrus drove in a run on a fielder's choice. They reached safely and back in the first. Singled in the third. walked in the 5th and grounded out to first his last time up in the 6th. First pitch ball by Titus Lotz. Also misses down and outside on the next one. 2-0 to start Devin Zyrus. The pitch is down low. 3-0 start to the count by Titus Lotz. He delivers. Fastball catches the zone for a strike.
So trying to rebuild himself back up into this count is Lotz, and he'll bring that one inside for a walk.
Ball 4, and Kyle Halleck comes out to the mound quickly. Going to meet with Titus Lotz after one batter. Lotz was coming out of that Bowling Green dugout to talk to Titus Lotz before Zyrus was even making his way down to first, and maybe a 5-second conversation between head coach Kyle Halleck and Titus Lotz before Halleck heads back to the dugout.
Maybe Coach Halleck just wanted to say hi. I don't know. That was a very short conversation there.
The message must have been clear and simple. Ty Stecco up the bat. A home run on the day, 3 runs batted in. First pitch to him, misses up high for a ball. Bowling Green just needs one more out to get out of the inning. Eastern Michigan scored 3 in this frame, the most in an inning today. Flies this one to right field, but foul does Stecco. Count's going to be 1-1. Zyrus, who was already halfway down to third, will go back to first. It's fouled off at the plate by Stecco. And Titus Lotz now just a strike away from getting out of the inning, Jazz.
Yes, he is. Now we're going to have home plate umpire come up and have a discussion with him. That's going to be Justin Birch.
After that short break, Lotz back on the mound, working from the stretch once again. Looks in, comes set. His delivery, swing and a miss on the off speed. Titus Lotz gets the strikeout to end the inning. But Eastern Michigan scores 3 runs in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom half of the frame. The Eagles lead 9-5 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU Baseball returns home to host Notre Dame at Stellar Field on Sunday, May 11th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil will call the game beginning at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Bottom of the order, due up for Bowling Green in the bottom of the 8th. Carter Motice, Alex Laird. And then we go back to the top of the order with Gunnar and Tillian.
Yeah, Tyler, Bowling Green, they've only got 6 outs to do it, but they need to score at least 4 here if they want to win this one.
Is 1 for 3 with a double.
Bottom of the 8th for the Falcons, the number 8 hitter, left fielder, Carter Motice.
for a ball. Another one misses. Count goes to 2-0. Motice lines this left field. It goes foul. They're going to call a foul. That looked like it was fair from here. That looked like a hit on the right side of that line. But third base umpire Kevin Condor says it went foul.
I don't know about that one, Tyler. That ball looked clearly fair.
I may have to get my prescription checked, but that looked like a fair ball. The 2-1 pitch runs inside and hits Carter Motice on the leg, so he'll get a free pass down to first. And the Falcons with a leadoff base runner for Alex Laird.
Bowling Green in business here. They get one runner populated on the base pass. Looking to add to that is Alex Laird.
First pitch to Laird. Misses on the outside corner for a ball. Pickoff attempt over to first. Back in safely is Motice. Motice is 0 for 2 on stolen bases this season. He was caught stealing, trying to attempt to steal third.
And they get him again on the pickoff attempt.
Back in the fourth. Back in safely again. Fastball catches the outside corner against Laird. Count moves to 1-1 on the redshirt freshman third baseman. Unsuccessful by Davis. A fourth time. Counts 1-1 on Alex Laird. If we get another pitch thrown at the plate. We finally do. Off speed, misses inside for a ball. 2-1.
I was going to say that one was nearly just thrown at Laird.
It was close to him, as now we have a mound visit. Nobody throwing in the Eastern Michigan bullpen. As it's a full infield mound visit for Eastern Michigan. Chaz, Bowling Green, this is an inning they need to capitalize on if they want to have a chance at this game going to the ninth. Down by 4, 9-5 currently. You got a base runner on with nobody out. Laird in an advantageous count, 2-1 at the plate.
Yeah, Tyler, there's really only a couple things you can really do that are in your control. The number one thing is take smart swings. Don't swing at anything you see. Try to avoid the garbage that's going to be thrown at you in those situations just to kind of throw you off. And then on top of that, you're down 9-5. You need 5 runs to take the lead. In this scenario, you really just have to take it one swing at a time.
Back underway, 2-1 count on Alex Laird. The next pitch. Fastball misses down low, 3-1. Laird takes a deep breath, looking at the bat. Now steps into the box, taps the plate. The 3-1 delivery misses down low, ball 4. Falcons have runners on first and second with nobody out here in the 8th inning, and Gunnar Antillion coming to the plate.
Good opportunity here for Bowling Green. They need 5, and nothing better than a great batter coming up with 2 runners on base, a potential 3 runs that can be scored here, Tyler.
Antillian steps into the box. The first pitch to him misses to the outside for a ball. Antillian just one hit today, which was back in the first. Count moves to 2-0.
Control issues becoming a problem to the point where now there are arms in the bullpen. Don't worry, I'll get my research going here, Tyler. I'll just name two numbers and hope they're right. How about that?
This one misses down low to Gunnar Antillian. It's a 3-0 count on Antillian. Eastern Michigan at risk of loading the bases here with nobody out.
I've got our guy, Tyler. Do you want to hear it?
After this pitch. The pitch to Antillian misses outside, ball for a 4-pitch walk to Gunnar Antillian. He reaches base for the third time today, and Bowling Green has the bases loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th, and Garrett Wright coming into the plate.
Tyler, it's already somebody we've seen today, actually this time.
Which is?
Nico Cruiser, number 17. No way. No way I got this wrong again.
So, see, this is why I checked, because now you're 1 for 3.
That was 100% 17.
We got 2 binoculars in the press box. One of them's right, one of them's wrong.
No, that is 17. That is not a 2. He played in the first. He played in the first game. Look at that. My eyes are only half as bad as I thought they were.
Driven up the middle by Wright into center field, fairly deep, going back and off of the glove of Hale. It goes to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. It's going to be a 3-run triple for Garrett Wright.
What can't this guy do? What a play by Garrett Wright, just bringing the boys home. And now it is just a 1-run game. No outs on the board.
What a hit for Garrett Wright. The 4th triple of the season for Garrett Wright. A 3 RBI triple. And just like that, it's a 1-run game, 9-8. Nobody out in the inning still. Gavin Gannon fouls the first pitch he sees off. And 1 swing of the bat changes the game just like that. Bowling Green back in business. Eastern Michigan scored 3 in the top half. Bowling Green matched it. Big swing and a miss by Gannon. And the count moves to 0-2. TJ Tackett, who has an RBI on the day, awaits on deck. Game-tying run 90 feet away on third. Gannon grounds this to the left side, foul. Past the diving. Stecco at third.
Oh, 2 count for Gavin Gannon. Not the best day for him, statistically. A lot of strikeouts, groundouts.
Just 1 hit. Fastball misses up high to Gavin Gannon. Caught by the right fielder. Here you go. Here comes Garrett Wright. The throw, they got him in a pickle. Garrett Wright in a pickle down the third base line. Going to slide to third, but he's tagged before. Not exactly sure why Garrett Wright tried to tag up on the shallow fly ball to right field. Hugo's throw in had him dead to rights. Garrett Wright got in a pickle, tagged out, trying to go back to third.
Maybe a bit overzealous there.
Just like that, the game-tying run is at the plate instead of third base for Bowling Green. A crucial, critical mistake for base running for the Falcons. with Garrett Wright at third.
Big swing and a miss by TJ Tackett's there. Put everything behind that swing.
Tackett's singled his last time up. Came home to score on an error by the second baseman, Jones. Fastball misses the outside. It's a 1-1 count on Tackett's. Well, if the score holds as it is, that's going to be the play that we're going to look back on. Is Garrett Wright trying to tag up on the fly out to right field, the shallow fly out to right field, where he was caught in the rundown. Tackett's grounds this up towards second, fielded at second by Jones, but his throw not in time, and TJ Tackett's started turning towards second after getting past first, and he's going to be tagged out. Two bad base running mistakes by Bowling Green for the second and third outs of the inning. We go to the top of the ninth. Eastern Michigan leads by 1, 9-8, right here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
BG Baseball plays the Butler Bulldogs at Stellar Field on Tuesday, May 6th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil and Holden Ruck beginning at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for the first pitch on Falcon Radio.
To the top of the ninth we go here at Stellar Field. Eastern Michigan leading Bowling Green 9-8. Due up for the Eagles is 6'7", Brendan Klayman, Drew Jones, and John Hill. Bad base running mistakes in the bottom of the eighth, Chaz, by Bowling Green. You have Garrett Wright try to tag up from third on a very, very shallow pop out to right field. Dead to rights, gets caught in a rundown, tagged out. And then TJ Tackett's hits a single that would have scored, an infield single that would have scored Garrett Wright at third. And then after the throw's a little errant, starts to make a slight turn towards second, which he can't do, puts you back in play, and he's tagged out behind the bag for the final out of the inning. Just rookie, travel ball mistakes that the Falcons can't have.
It's just not smart base running. That's number one what it is. It's just you're getting overzealous. You didn't need to. That play by TJ Tackett's, where Garrett Wright's already out, if Garrett Wright doesn't try to get home on a lengthy play, he gets home on that hit.
3-1 the count on Brendan Klayman. Lotz's next pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. Nice job by Wright framing it. Klayman thought it was ball four. He'll go back into the box to face another pitch. Full count for the first batter in the top of the ninth. Lotz's payoff pitch. Foul to the back. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Great job by Titus Lotz to rebuild that lead. 3-0 to 3-3 and down goes yet another EMU batter.
Back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the top of the 8th for Titus Lotz. Drew Jones into the box. Jones 1 for 2 on the day, an RBI single and a pop out to second. First pitch he sees, pops it up foul to the right side. Earlier in the game, Walsh went 0 for 2 to start the day. As this one misses inside, count goes to 1-1 on Jones. The 1-1 pitch to Drew Jones. Misses up and in for a ball, 2-1. The pitch catches the inside corner. Count goes even to 2-2.
And one thing about Lotz, you notice he's taking a whole lot of time off that pitch clock, kind of getting into the head of the batter that he's facing, just trying to drag it out with every single pitch.
Pitch up high for ball 3. It's a full count, 3-2. 1 out here, top of the 9th. Eastern Michigan leading Bowling Green 9-8. Titus Lotz comes set. The left-hander's pitch down low for ball 4. Eastern Michigan has a base runner on in the 9th with 1 out.
And that is the nightmare scenario for Bowling Green in the sense that now you're starting to get walks at a time you don't need to. You're within 1 run. You've got 3 outs left. You just need 2 more outs. And you can then work with your offense. But right now they're not doing that. They've got to get Lotz going and get the final 2 EMU batters out of here.
John Hale steps into the box. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Lotz's next pitch grounded up the middle, and it gets through the infield. Went over the bag and got past Braden Curlis at second. And it's going to be runners on first and second for EMU with just 1 out here in the 9th.
And now we're going to get another pitching change, Tyler.
Another pitching change for Bowling Green coming. Runners on first and second for the Eagles with just 1 out, top of the 9th. They lead Bowling Green 9-8 here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Baseball wraps up their series against Eastern Michigan at Stellar Field on Sunday, April 27th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Chaz McNeil at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
The new pitcher for Bowling Green is the closer for the Falcons, Connor Penrod. The senior right-hander from Wauseon, Ohio, is 3-2 this season. A program single-season record 10 saves, a .221 earned run average, 20 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up just 5 earned runs all season and 3 extra base hits, 27 strikeouts to 9 walks. Opponents hitting only .208 against Connor Penrod.
Connor Penrod is the guy for Bowling Green. He is the closer that you want in this situation. You've got multiple runners on. You just need multiple outs as well. He will absolutely attempt to thrash any team he comes across. He is a great closer, great in short distance. You only need 2 outs. This is the situation you bring in Penrod.
Yeah, you want to shut things down, bring in Connor Penrod. That's exactly what head coach Kyle Halleck and the Falcons have done. Penrod will have runners on first and second, and just 1 out. Double play gets him out of the inning. He starts off by facing Cooper Vance, the 9-hole hitter. Vance, 3 singles on the day. Penrod takes a look back to second. First pitch, fastball down low. Nice stop by Garrett Wright. Drew Jones could easily be on third if it wasn't for that stop by Garrett Wright to keep it in front of him. Penrod features low 90s fastball and a beautiful off-speed. Mainly a 2-pitch guy, does have a changeup. He features sparingly. The fastball, float out, center field. Drifts towards right center field. And it's going to be barely caught there by Zach Corky. Let that go real close to the ground before making the catch. They're going to step on second, thinking that maybe Drew Jones tagged up too early. He did not. He advances to third. John Hale stands at first. And there's 2 outs in the inning after the fly out to right.
You just need 1 more out now. If you can get this out and not let it hit the ground before third base advances, that is a perfect scenario.
Jones over on third.
So you need Jones. You need this ball to be caught in the air. You can't get any ground contact.
Brings up Gianno Zaccaro.
Obviously, you can get ground contact, but then you need to get the out.
Runners will be off on any contact with 2 outs. First pitch to Zaccaro, misses down outside for a ball. Penrod takes a look at first, now delivers. Fastball off the outside corner, 2-0. Haven't really seen any off-speed from Connor Penrod yet. It's been really all fastball. Penrod goes back to the fastball, dots the outside corner, 2-1. The right-hander comes set, delivers. This is driven out left center field. Going after it is Motice and Tackett, and Motice makes the catch to end the inning. Connor Penrod comes in, gets 2 flyouts. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bowling Green trails by 1, 9-8. Due up for the Falcons will be Zach Corky, Caden Parker, Braden Curlis when we come back on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Falcon Baseball stays in South Bend to battle Notre Dame on Saturday, May 10th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Chaz McNeil beginning at 1:45 for pregame and 2 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
We have reached the bottom of the 9th. Do or die time for Bowling Green. The Falcons trail Eastern Michigan by 1 run, 9-8. As the Orange and Brown are down to their final 3 outs. 5, 6, 7 due up in the order for Bowling Green. Zach Corky, Caden Parker, and Braden Curlis. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Thank you to all of you who have tuned in throughout today and either of the games. We appreciate it. Hopefully we have a good ending to this one.
Depending on which fan of which team you are, you're probably going to have a good night regardless. And if you're a Miami of Ohio fan, that is 3 spots above BG, 4 above EMU. You love that this series is happening right now.
First pitch from Davis to Zach Horkey. Swing and a miss from Horkey. He starts behind the count. The next pitch, swing and a miss once again from Horkey. Quickly down to the count 0-2. Horkey looks at a ball down and outside. Bowling Green looking to win the series here today with a walk-off. If not, we go to a rubber match tomorrow. And the off-speeder rings up. Zach Corky looking. He goes down on strikes to begin the 9th. Bowling Green down to their final 2 outs.
And next up is Caden Parker, who in this situation, a little bit more limited resume than a couple other of the players. He's been in and out of the lineup.
Caden Parker has not reached base, or has not gotten a hit, I should say, today. He has reached base twice on fielder's choices. Fouls the first pitch he sees off. The next pitch from Davis, down the middle of the strike. Back-to-back batters, he has down in an 0-2 count. Davis wasting no time attacking Bowling Green hitters in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch to Parker drifts outside for a ball. The pitch from Davis, fouled off by Parker. Braden Curlis awaits on deck.
If they can get past Curlis in the lineup, it'll be Mo Tyson Laird.
The 1-2 pitch from Davis. This is lined into right field for a single for Caden Parker. So the game-tying run on first base for Bowling Green with Braden Curlis coming up to the plate.
Braden Curlis, the game-winning run.
Curlis hitless today, 0 for 3, 3 flyouts and a walk. First pitch to Curlis, fouls it off to the right side.
On the season, Braden Curlis, just 1 home run, has yet to hit a triple and 3 doubles.
Pickoff attempt, but back in safely is Parker. 3 freshmen at the bottom of the order here for Bowling Green. Braden Curlis, Carter Motice, and Alex Laird. Game is up to them. Curlis fouls it off at the plate. Goes down the count 0-2. So 3 straight batters to begin the 9th. Ethan Davis has down 0-2.
Davis has had the Falcons' numbers so far in his short time here. Maybe a reason that they were saving him during last game.
Another pickoff attempt over to first, but Caden Parker back in time. Parker this season, 5 stolen bases on 8 attempts. Fouled off once again by Curlis. Into the Bowling Green dugout. Count still at 0-2 on Curlis. This one fouled down left field into the Bowling Green bullpen. Braden Curlis continues to fight to stay alive in the at-bat. The pitch to Curlis. Check swing. Did not go. Didn't find the strike zone either. Count goes to 1-2.
Curlis able to aim. If he's able to aim his power a little bit, he's been able to push this baseball.
Curlis lines it foul once again. Down the third baseline. Just a bit ahead of a few of these pitches. Just needs to straighten it out. Still a 1-2 count on Braden Curlis. He's making Ethan Davis work for the out. Side, and hits Braden Curlis. So it's going to be first and second for Bowling Green with just one out in the bottom of the ninth. The game-tying run is on second base. The game-winning run is on first. Carter Motice into the box.
Bowling Green, members of several walk-off winners this season. This would not be the first.
Have a meeting between Robbie Britt, the Eastern Michigan head coach, and home plate umpire Justin Birch.
A hard-hit single could be the difference in this game.
The umpire is going to come and talk about this. This is interesting. Justin Birch, Robert Lothian, and Kevin Condor meeting. Going to say possibly that Braden Curlis didn't get out of the way of the pitch, didn't try to avoid being hit. Maybe anything about leaning in. They're going to say that it is clean. He gets first base, so it's going to stand as it is. And now we're going to have a pitching change by Eastern Michigan, so a little gamesmanship here. So we're going to take a quick break as Eastern Michigan will have a new pitcher coming on in the bottom of the ninth. Bowling Green runners on first and second, one out. They trail by one. Carter Motice up the bat when we come back on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Baseball finishes off a 3-game series against Toledo on Sunday, May 4th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network, Tyler Kavlitz, and Caden Knapp on the call starting at 1 p.m. for first pitch on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Baseball heads north up the I-75 to take on the Toledo Rockets on Tuesday, May 13th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil will guide listeners through the action starting at 2:45 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
New pitcher on for Eastern Michigan is a guy that the Falcons have already seen today. It's Nico Cruiser, who appeared in the first game of two today. He threw 2/3 of an inning in the loss for Eastern Michigan, the win for Bowling Green. Falcons did not record anything against him. He will be on to pitch here in the bottom of the ninth. The Falcons have runners on first and second with just one out. They trail by one run, 9-8. And it's Carter Motice up the bat. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Chaz McNeil here with you for the finish of this one. It's going to come down to the wire. Bowling Green looking to walk it off or send it to extras. Eastern Michigan looking to nail down a win and take it to a rubber match tomorrow.
Yeah, if you're Bowling Green, you'd like to just end it here, get the series win, get the bad taste out of your mouth, and start to gain some momentum. We mentioned it a couple times on this broadcast that Bowling Green they've they're on a bit of a skid in MAC play. Lost 3 straight, or not 3 straight, but they've lost 3 of the last 5 series. They also lost 1 to Kent State. They've lost 4 series this year already compared to just 2 last year. You don't want to lose 1 to a team you know you can beat.
Mm-hmm.
And Eastern Michigan surely is that. They're battling with them in the 9th. They've got the game-winning run on first base. As I mentioned earlier, a hard-hit single could win the game.
Braden Curlis on first, Caden Parker on second, Mo Tice into the box. Cruiser delivers his first pitch inside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch to Mo Tice. Fouled off to the left side, out of play. Can feel the tension in the air here at Stellar Field. 1-1 count on Carter Mo Tice. Bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Bowling Green trails by run. Runners on first and second. This pitch misses down and outside on the off-speed. 2-1 the count on Mo Tice. Alex Laird awaits on deck. Up and outside for a ball. 3-1 on Mo Tice. Bowling Green a ball away from loading the bases with 1 out.
And with the bases loaded and 1 out, if that does happen, that is a godsend moment for the Falcons, because then you really just need any good contact.
The pitch fouled off to the left side. Full count at the plate with Carter Mo Tice. One of the biggest pitches of the game upcoming. The mound. The right-hander takes a look back to second. Now the pitch driven center field by Mo Tice. Going back is Hale. He makes the catch, tagging up from second to third safely is Parker. And the game-tying run for Bowling Green, 90 feet away on third base with 2 outs, and Alex Laird coming up to the box.
Got to keep it on the ground here if you're Bowling Green. If you're going to poke it through, make sure you don't do it on a bloop. Try and just get some contact, because anything popped up will be dangerous. And once you get that tying run, you can take it in extra innings if you need to. But you lose right here if Alex Laird goes out.
Alex Laird can get on. Gunnar Antillion awaits on deck. Game time run 90 feet away on third. First pitch off speed to the outside for a ball. We've seen Laird chase on that outside corner this season before. That's where a lot of pitchers will attack him. The next pitch, this is driven through to the outfield. Alex Laird ties the game up with an RBI single in the bottom of the 9th. Bowling Green's going to keep fighting in the 9th.
Now Gunnar Antillion on a hot streak here. If he can get any solid contact, that might spell doom for the Eagles.
Alex Laird comes through in the clutch, drives it through the right side of the infield past Jones. And we have a tie game at 9 apiece in the bottom of the 9th. Runners on first and second, and Gunnar Antillion at the plate. First pitch to Antillion, flies it foul to the right side. With Braden Curlis on second, a single to the outfield should win it for Bowling Green. The 0-1 pitch from Cruiser. Up high for a ball, 1-1 on Antillion.
You can cut this tension with a knife, Tyler.
Can indeed. 1-1 the count on Antillion. Cruiser's pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Antillion down in the count, 1-2. Garrett Wright awaits on deck if Antillian gets on but can't win it. It's a 1-2 count on Gunnar Antillian. Runners on first and second. Tie game at 9 apiece. Bottom of the ninth. 2 outs. The pitch from Cruiser. Inside. Count goes even to 2-2. Go Cruiser. Cruiser, the right-hander, comes set, takes a look back to second, now delivers to the plate. Antillian lines it right center field. That's going to get down. Gunnar Antillian walks it off for Bowling Green. The Falcons come back and win the series against Eastern Michigan for the 3rd year in a row.
Gunnar Antillian, the nationally recognized player, doing it all right there, right now. Walk-off bloop in between Hale and Hugo for the win. What a day to be a Falcon fan. Back-to-back wins, and what a day to be a Falcon. That was insane.
There is no better player that could have been up to the plate in that position than Gunnar Antillian, who has been one of the hottest batters in the country recently. And Gunnar Antillian proves just why. A walk-off single to right center field that scores the game-winning run, and Braden Curlis and the Falcons walk off Eastern Michigan. They win 10-9 after winning the first game in the series 11-4. The Falcons take both game of a doubleheader, and they take their first MAC series after losing the past 3. We'll take a quick break here, come back to recap this one for you. You are listening to BGSU Baseball, winners over Eastern Michigan for the second straight game on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconmedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our 2 stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. I Ziggy.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Bowling Green winners over Eastern Michigan for the second time in one day. They defeat the Eagles 11-4 in the first game of the day, a continuation of Friday's game, which was postponed due to rain. And they come back to beat the Eagles 10-9 in a walk-off winner, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. John Cavlitz alongside Chaz McNeil from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Chaz, Bowling Green scored 5 runs in the final 2 innings to knock off the Eagles for the second time in a row, and they take the series against Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, Tyler, in that second to last inning, in that 8th, we saw a couple mishaps, a couple issues coming up. TJ Tackett's messes up while going to first rounds and then is out. Garrett Wright gets caught in a pickle, but at the end of the day, the team as a whole managed to hold together in a way that 1 out didn't matter, 2 outs didn't matter. You got to get all 3 to knock out the Falcons. And Kyle Halleck says it. You got to get all 3 outs in all 9 innings to knock out the Falcons. And it took – they were at 28, couldn't get – they were at –
28.
They were at 26. And they were at 26, and they couldn't get the Falcons
I'd usually
out.
say the sun was getting to you, but there wasn't too much sun today.
I don't think there's enough air in this room anymore.
Bowling Green secures their first MAC Series win since they swept Central Michigan to end the month of March. They had lost series against Miami of Ohio, Ball State, Western Michigan, and Ball State back-to-back-to-back. Finally getting the win column in MAC Series and start getting some of that momentum their way. They have a chance, Chaz, to go for the sweep tomorrow against the Eagles.
Yes, they do, Tyler. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be a fun one right here on WBGU 88.1.
It will be a fun one indeed. So before we go off the air, I want to send some thank yous around to our crew that made it out for the game. First to you, Chaz, for joining me on the call on some short rest. It was great to be on the call with you once again.
On some no rest.
I also want to thank Artie Abrego back in the Falcon Radio and WBGU studios for helping us get on the air for both games, switching us over midway through Game 1. Couldn't do it without you, Artie. Appreciate all the work you do back there in the studio. Emmy Cloutier for doing socials for both games on our BG_FMSN X account. Want to thank Jacob Carey for coming to film some highlight videos for the games. That'll go on bgfalconmedia.com and the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel, as well as Noah Seeley for being here to write both games, the recaps for both of the games. That'll be up on bgfalconmedia.com shortly. So that'll do it for us here from Stellar Field. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. We will have the call of the final game between Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan. That'll be over on Falcon Radio at 1 p.m. We'll have pregame around 12:45 p.m. So for Chaz McNeil, Artie Abrego, Emmy Cloutier, Jacob Carey, and Noah Seeley, this is Tyler Kavlitz saying have a great night and stay safe, everyone.